G Money.
Yo.
What's up, man?
What's good? What's good? Welcome back. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God.
To the Mano and Queenzflip show featuring G.
Yo. What's up with that, man?
That's your man. What's up with your man? What's going on?
Shout out to Mano, man. You know what I mean? We got something that we working on, you know, him and I. And
I heard about it.
I know, but you know,
I think that's a great idea.
Thank you. You're not a hater.
If you go through with that, I think that'll be.
What you gotta go through? Because I don't go through with shit.
No, I'm just saying. Sometimes things may not work out. Not because you don't go through with stuff, but if and when this happens, I think it's gonna be a good idea.
Thank you very much.
I co-sign it.
How are you, man? I'm concerned about flip the script, man. Don't try to push
me. Too.
You try to push me off somewhere else, bro?
I'm not.
You trying to retire? You trying to push me off just now?
Clock out.
Oh, you got to clock out?
No, I'm here.
I like that shirt, Mary J. Blige.
Thank you. Shout to hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Is that both her?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. When she was younger, we gotta get an older Mary.
Older Mary? No, I like 90s Mary a little bit better.
You are my destiny. So everything is all right. I see you got Dawson in the building.
Shout out Dawson Road in the building. You know what I'm saying? He's in here on his Nintendo Switch rocking out.
Yeah.
Shout out Michelle one time. She's back in the building.
Yeah, Mighty 2 time. Whoop whoop. She's in the building, man. She was just getting compliments. I try to trash her, and then a good brother, I guess, complimented her and said that, she got a beautiful sister. She's rocking the natural hair. It's cool. It's all right. I ain't like that. I was hating.
You don't like that, right?
Yeah, but I respect it. Old school niggas got good words, man. He said, none of that magic. I don't know where that shit came from.
Let's go.
Let's
go.
Oh, shout, man. Oh, Mr. 52, slow down. We ain't introduced you yet, man. Slow down. All right? I know I shouted you out. Shout out to Basco.
Yeah.
I'm saying the building, man. We got a lot of work on the table, man. I'm happy about it. The Mano interview is doing extremely well. 100,000 in 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? And
behind the scenes doing well as well.
Yeah. We and we're going to the next level, man. A lot of things is happening for us, man. I definitely want to shout out everybody that's putting the time, man. Shout out to Basco. Shout out to Ebok, man. Woo, the team.
Shout out Maestro too, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, Maestro, yeah. Maestro.
Why not? We
got to talk, Maestro. I haven't seen you in a while, since the pandemic, but.
Can we go out there soon? Can we go?
He been asking us to come out there. He want to set up haircuts for us. Who gonna drive over there? Haircuts?
I'm just not getting in the car with Ghost no more. I know that. He tried to do like 120 in the side block. He got crazy.
I want to thank these gentlemen for being patient. My tardiness. I was dealing with something at home, and then I called and I told the team, make sure they got whatever they want, whatever they need, because it's important. You know what I mean? Our thing is Southern hospitality, but with New York style.
Since when?
G Money, episode 158.
Nigga, we made it.
We got a special guest in the building. I was watching him just now when I was up here because this man pressing. You did research. I said, I did. I saw it. I saw the links. Huh? Legend.
Mm-hmm.
Peace.
I saw a video he was doing. I saw a video he was wild. Son.
What he was doing?
He was like, I'm about to get him. I said,
yes, sir.
The dance of death. I said, what's wrong? You hear me talking to him like, what's wrong with these niggas, man?
I seen that clip.
Mr. 52 Block, round of applause for him, man. Welcome.
Yeah.
How you doing, my brother?
I'm great, man. Thanks for being on the show, man.
Welcome.
Did you hear about our show before?
Yeah, I heheard about it.
It was light to you, right? Yeah.
Well, nah, I'm not gonna say light because we dealing with Black history here, man.
He's a slick,
don't
he's a slick guy, man.
Chill.
He's a slick guy. He's a good talker.
That's his goal. That's his goal. He's very slick.
Wow, slick. That's what you call it?
Yeah.
Why do knowledge got to be slick?
Woo!
That's crazy, man.
Where you from, man?
I'm from Pick a Block.
Any block.
The circumference of the planet Earth is 24,896 miles. Pick a block.
Damn.
Born and raised in Harlem.
I knew it.
But pick a block.
I knew it though.
Born and raised in Harlem.
I knew it though.
I know you did.
Hype people just have this type of talk that you
what
can't.
What type of talk is that, man?
Very slick, though.
Talk of knowledge, like you said.
Hype him, G. Don't hype him.
No, nah. You serious?
What?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people ain't really on that knowledge stuff.
Well, I could tell from how you talk that you were from Harlem. I just kind of figured that, and we had a few guests here before from Harlem, and they had the kind of similar.
I know what you mean though. I think that the responses, they always have a rebuttal, and the rebuttal makes sense.
They put words together good too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They put words together really, really good.
Why
really...
you trying to separate us, man?
Nah, I ain't
y'all
trying.
From Queens, right? You from Queens, right?
Don't ask me no questions.
Okay, y'all
me.
from Queens.
Facts.
Every borough you from, everywhere you have black people gonna always regulate and represent, man.
Of course.
Remember that. So it ain't about where you from.
But you guys in Harlem do
black,
it real creatively, I must say.
Well, I say, yeah, we do, but then again, all of us do. Because without creativity, what do we have?
I guess that's too early, man. I don't know.
If you do, I'm gonna slap fire on you on camera. Because it's too early. You can't just let them come in. Too much Harlem people get it early from you, man. Chill out. Welcome to the show, man. Mr. 52 Block. Welcome to the show, man.
Peace.
Yeah, you okay? Are you comfortable?
Oh, of course, man.
You're never uncomfortable, right?
No, I'm not uncomfortable.
Just making sure.
I was just anticipating coming here, man, dropping the science on, man. Our people, like, you know what I mean? That's my goal. You know, let the information be out, man. Because we don't have to be standing up here for nonsense. Sisters don't be having to go to nail salons to get their nails done and wind up getting the Wu-Tang put on their ass. Come on, man. Nah, they got to be swift. Stop that ass. The least you're going to do is stop an ass whipping. If you don't kick nobody's ass in return, somebody try to mess you up, you know, you could throw up your blocks and the least you could do is stop their ass whipping. You know, and that's what it's about, man. You know, you shouldn't walk around with scars and all that. That's stupid.
All right, so for those who don't know who you are, you know, can you give us a little quick rundown of who Mr. 52 Block is, man? You know what I'm saying? You said some nice words. I don't want to say slick again because you said, you know, I'm going to correct myself. You said some nice words before off camera. So give us a rundown of who you are, man.
I'm Mr. 52 Blocks, man. I'm from Harlem, man. You know, I've been doing 52 Blocks since 1977, you know, and I never stopped. As soon as my uncle started and taught me in 1977, I never stopped. I always practiced until now. It's like, you know, I did a lot of time in prison, and I had to use it in prison to save my life. But mostly, 52 Blocks got me prepared for prison. Because when I got to prison, when the mobs and the knives came out, I was already prepared. Because one of my areas I'm from is Dykeman. And I was living in Dykeman since 1973. Shout out to Dykeman. And we talk about the real triple OGs. Not this mediocre stuff going on right now. That's cornball stuff going on, that fake racial stuff. Even though some people be on they type of but nah, my generation, we the ones that paved the way. Because, see, we had wars. They got squabbles today. That's a squabble. We had wars. What you know about 100, 200 power rules? We call power rules Spanish people, you know, whatever. Surrounding you. You understand? I stayed having to fight 10 and 20 of them. That's why I was lucky I started mastering the art of multiple opponents before I even went to prison.
Slide over a little bit, because you go moving. I want the mic to catch everything. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I crouch down like I'm in the whip and all that.
Yeah. Nah, you can sit up. I just want the mic to catch it because you move. 52 Block moves a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
I'm sorry, I'm animated, man. You know,
Nah,
I just have
fine.
a burst of energy in me all the time.
That's
man.
fine. So explain. You said 52 Blocks. Explain what that is.
52 Blocks. Basically, 52 Blocks is God's defense. See, 52 Block is a mathematical calculation. I don't want to get too intricate. I'm going to just leave it basic. 5 plus 2 is 7, right? 7 is the number of God, right? Also, 7 is used in the carpenter square when you're dealing with carpentry and building things. Am I correct?
Facts.
So the carpenter squares look exactly like my feet is shaped, correct? That's a 7. You see? A 7 is a half a square. And this calculation right now, this is God. This calculation could solve any problem on the planet. I know it seems far-fetched, but it's a tool. Look at it as a carpenter's tool. You know what I mean? Before you look at it into my blocks.
Okay.
You understand? See, I'm God, so I stand in my square. My square means this is my 7. This is my square. It's a half a square. You understand what I'm saying? So this is 180 degrees. I stand on my square. So from this square, I'm able to move anywhere on the planet. You know? Forward, backwards, side to side, spin around, fast, slow. You know, I can manipulate the time like that. That's going back to 52 Blocks being God's defense. Now, going back to the carpenter square, this God's defense, we're going to deal with the science of blocks. We're going to deal with the science of blocking any attack. Many fighters out there, right? You know, and you got people that's great fighters. Shout out to all of them. You know, doesn't matter nationality either. You know, but everybody always concentrated on the offense. They got great fighters out there. But I'm not proclaiming to be the best fighter out here. So please don't take it the wrong way. But I'm going to tell you this much. I have the best defense on the planet. Because no matter what art you know, Tai Chi, Taekwondo, boxing, you got to do either one of three things. You got to punch, kick, or grab. You could fancy way dressing the name up saying, oh, this is Taekwondo from 5,000 years ago, whatever. You still got to punch, kick, or grab. So
you must like guys like Floyd Mayweather who's proclaimed to play, more so defense than offense.
Well, his defense, he have defense, but it's not exactly 52 defense. It's very minimal, little elements of it. But if he was fighting against somebody real with 52, he wouldn't be able to stand a chance.
You don't think so?
Because with 50, and I know so. Why? Because see, let me tell you something.
Don't talk about Floyd Mayweather like that, bro. Chill out.
Okay, well, let me tell you something. I'm used to fighting multiple opponents. So if multiple opponents is not dealing with me, what is one man going to deal with me? And see, my 52 is real. Because see, I give you 10 or 20 free blows. I don't even have to hit back. But I show you that I block everything. So for all of them people out there claiming to be the best at this 52 craft, I invite y'all to give them the challenge. If they real, because I don't see no fights out here. If they real, just tell them to let an average person swing on them randomly 10 to 20 times. And their job is just to block the attack, to see if they real 52 block masters. And the punches and the kicks is random. You don't know when they coming. The object is to take your head off like you're in a real fight. A real 52 practitioner or grand master is just going to block everything and shut you down. Like, you're going to really hurt yourself trying to get at this dude or trying to get at me.
But let's go back a little bit. Tell me the origin of 52 blocks. The origin and how the name came. I need to know that.
Well, the origin, it actually comes from ancient Kemet. It was called Mantu, the art of defense, mentally, physically, and spiritually. All the artifacts and the shapes and everything is on the walls. It's on the wall, brothers in the defensive postures. You understand what I'm saying? Now, what happened was back in ancient Egypt, when ancient Egypt fell back in the days, 52 blocks fell also. It was called Mantu. And it scattered, fragments of it scattered through other martial arts. That video is coming, a history video, from the pyramid to the projects is coming very soon, which I'll go into further detail. But what happened was from ancient Kemet till now, even through slavery, through the what was that? Amistad, the slave ship Amistad. Yeah, the brothers was actually took over the ships and they was handcuffed and chains. That's going to Rikers Island being handcuffed, dudes trying to cut, you doing your blocks or whatever, using your elbow, macaroni, and knees, to get out the situation because they got their hands. You don't have your hands. Your hands is in cuffs. You understand what I'm saying? So 52 elements of 52 wind up coming over here. You understand what I'm saying? Even early as the 1930s. You see what I'm saying? Down south, they had a system called kicking and knocking, similar to 52. Capoeira is a derivative of 52 blocks also. That's more or less on the offensive. You understand what I'm saying? So what happened was, brothers wind up learning science through different blocking techniques. You know what I'm saying? From back in the days. When my uncle taught me, he only taught me like 3, 4, 5 blocks. But I unlocked the system and found out that the blocks is unlimited, man. There's no 52 blocks or 60 blocks. Like, how many numbers are there? In the numeric system. Exactly. So the blocks are infinite and they transitional. And they very powerful because the blocks is dealing with geometrical shapes. And if you know anything about mathematics, your mama always told you you'll never be perfect, only God is perfect. But when you calculate mathematics right, you becoming perfect. When you got out of bed this morning, and you went to that bathroom, you took the proper steps. You didn't fall out of whack or bust your head open or misalign your spine or anything by moving wrong. This is my whole point. Each step you take, it have to be measured on this planet. Because if you take the wrong step, you run right into a trap and then you mess up.
So,
yeah.
You got any I'm about to turn up on.
About to turn up on?
Yeah, you want to, before I do that, do you have anything?
Yeah, let's before you get crazy, please allow me to, because I know you're about to get crazy.
Yeah.
When did this mindset kick in for you? Like, how old were you when you started to think like this and started to get this knowledge and this?
Very young. Once I learned, when my uncle started teaching me these blocks in '77, and it was only for a brief time because he wound up going away doing a bid. He blew trial, and then when he came home in 1980, he was only home for 3 weeks and got murdered. So he left me with these blocks to play with from 1977 until he came home and after. You understand? But those blocks turned into many different other blocks because I was a young scientist, very inquisitive. And I said, wait a minute, you mean to tell me I could be engaged in combat and I don't have to worry about getting my face all messed up and my eyes all black and my brain all jarred and I get punch drunk or whatever the case may be? You mean to tell me it's an actual martial art that'll save me from getting damaged? And it was all from there.
Now, in your childhood, were you a kid who was getting bullied, or were you a lot of fights? Were you the...
Well, my bullying started because my mother, she was a Black Panther and a Muslim, right? Okay. So, they killed her at when I was 5 years old. That's another story. But in front of me, But, the guy that she was married to, he wasn't my father. It's a long story, but that's for another story. But the point of the matter is this. He used to whip my mom's ass. This is back in the dope era, the heroin days in the 60s. Right. My mom's was a United States, she was a court stenographer. And you had to go to a special school to be a court stenographer because they ain't letting anybody just come in their court system to handle the minutes. Because remember, those minutes is what keep in jail for years, right? All my OGs know what it is. You know what I mean?
I have to stop you real quick. When you said that's for another time, this is the time. We talk about
to get more intricate into it.
That's up here. We go back. And that's something that we do up here.
Okay, what you want from
me, go back into the childhood. We want to know all of it. But, G Money is preparing you for the fire. Okay?
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, well, welcome. Well,
let's walk through the fire then.
Oh, let's go. You got it.
Because, see, I got an actual art like that called Walking Through a Fire, part of 52 Blacks.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
I like this guy.
I love you, G. Not now. It's too early. Oh, don't hype him. So, okay, so let's go back. Tell us about your childhood. Like, take us back.
Well, back in the days, right, when, even after I started learning 52 blocks, I was one of them daredevil children, like, into gymnastics. I'm into everything physical, like hands-on, like running, doing everything, flipping, swinging on ropes like Tarzan in Central Park and all that, flipping off of 2-story buildings and all that stuff like that. This is the type of child, doing daredevil stuff. Coming down Snake Hill when the traffic is coming up on Dykeman Street, by that one train right there, Dykeman 200 Street. The traffic goes up. Down on the bottom of the intersection, the bottom of it, you have a big intersection with traffic going everywhere. Back in the days, it was just raggedy. It was just 4 ways. But now it's so many different ways. But I was coming down that hill on a pair of roller skates backwards into the traffic. So I was a daredevil. That's who I was. And I'm still like that, to a degree.
You grew up in Harlem, was raised in Harlem, yes? So your mother, as you said, your mother. Tell us about. Do you know your real father? Did you know?
Of course.
Okay. Yeah. Can you tell us about like your childhood, growing up in your home? Like, you have any siblings? Was it your mother, father, and you? Like, tell us about that.
Well, it was my brother, me and my brother. My grandmother and my uncle. They took custody of us after my mother got killed or whatever. My father, he was in jail because he was one of the Macs. Not no pimp, because a pimp will sell his own ass when his hoes leave. Pardon the expression, and not trying to disrespect none of the sisters, but I'm telling y'all what the games was back then. You know what I mean? So this is the type of time my father was on. He was, but, he used to, stay calling me, but standing me up or whatever. It wasn't no hard feelings. I understood at a young age that a man had to be a man. So I ain't take it hard. Maybe my brother took it hard, but I took none of that hard. Like every memory I have of my father, everything is just beautiful. Like, I don't hold no grudges, no nothing, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even be here. Him and my mom, so why can I hold something about him? He was trying to get his life together. But when he made me better than him. So here I am, 52 blocks.
That's good.
He's ready.
When tell us about the story about your mom, because you started to get into it. Like, tell us a story about your mom. Your mom was.
She was a Black Panther, right? And back then they had contract killings hits on all Black Panthers. You understand? So when her husband killed her, I told the police what happened. 5 years old. Age of 5, power. And they said I was too young to testify. So the dude wound up getting off scot-free.
Wow.
You understand? But the dude wound up suffering. My grandmother seen him when I was 13 years old. I was in the car. I wasn't paying attention to the details. Because had I was, he would have been dead at 13 years old. You understand what I'm saying? That was after Uncle Ricky came home and got killed. You know, the one, my uncle who taught me 52 blocks. You know? So, you know, that was basically it, man. But my mom's taught me everything I needed to know up until the age of 5.
So she was a Black Panther, but how do you know? Were you there when he?
Yes, I used to go to the meetings. She used to take me. I used to be having my black on and all that, just like I used to go to the temple, Nation of Islam on 116th Street. You know what I'm saying? With my little bow tie and all of that. We used to go to the Muslim temples and all of that. She had me involved in that also.
But I don't mean to get, because it looked like it's a maybe a tough topic, but the guy that she was married to, how do you know he killed her? You was there, you seen him do it?
Yes, I seen him.
Can you bring us back what happened?
He used to beat on her, right? He used to beat on us too. He wasn't my biological father. But I used to take the beatings from my mother and my brother at that young age. Now, don't beat them, beat me. This particular time, he beat her to death. She had came home from work, and he wound up beating on her. He told us to go in the kitchen, and now we was looking, and he took her right in our room, and we had these bunk beds. You know anything about oak wood? That's one of the strongest woods. You know, and he wound up smashing her head against that wooden bunk bed, you know, and she went into a coma, you know. And then after, a couple of weeks, few weeks, he wound up dying. They wound up pulling the plug on her.
And why did they let him go? Because they said you were too young to testify.
I was too young to testify. I was 5. My brother was 3 going on 4.
So what was the excuse that he used at how she passed away?
It don't have to be an excuse. Look, whatever. He told me a story. He said, well, listen, this is what you're going to say. I said, okay, no problem. That's what I say. But as soon as I got around my family and the C-type of poisons, I told them everything. And I remember they told my grandmoms and them, look, he's truthful, but he's too young to testify, according to the law. That's how they get you with the loophole of the law. You know?
So when your grandmother saw him at 13, what happened?
She seen him. She didn't say nothing to me because she knew I would have killed him at that point. You see what I'm saying? I'm 13 now. That was 8 years after my mother got killed. You know, I'm already in the street. I'm already having wars with the Spanish people in Dykeman because I was up there. We was the first ones up there in 1973. We allowed them to come in there. We welcomed them with open arms. But then after a while, things start getting crazy, and we started having wars with them. You know, they used to have 300-400, and we used to call in 200-300-400. You understand what I'm saying? This is how real it was. But if I wouldn't have known 52 back then, I'd have been dead. So yeah, she known I would have did that. You know, so she didn't tell me.
Where did this guy end up going? How did?
I don't know. He wound up dying. The monster. He was using heroin. His hands was big as, you know. Justice, a reward or penalty according for one's ways and actions, man. You understand? You know, it is what it is, man. He got his just penalty.
And I'm gonna ask you a question. Did you ever have any regret? Did you ever beat yourself up? Felt like I could have did more to save her? Did that ever cross your mind at a young age?
You know, I wasn't ready. I wasn't experienced with that. Let me tell you something. When I was 3 years old, going on 4, right, my mother sent me to the store. We was living in the Bronx on Davidson Avenue. So the store was way down the block and around the corner. You understand? Now, I'm talking about 1970. You know, dudes was on heroin, grown men was on heroin, young kids was on heroin, and they was robbing everything. So when I came out the store, I tasted the electricity on my tongue and the back of my neck, and I already knew what it was. I said, Dad, they're going to take my money. Look at them cars across the street. And I grabbed my brother's hand tight, and we walked down the block, walked around the corner, went to the store, came back with the groceries. Instinctively, I looked at the same spot I seen them guys, and I didn't see them, and I was like, phew. Oh, relief. And my heart was beating fast. I was scared to death. As soon as I touched the doorknob to go in the building, they snatched both of us off our feet. Had us together, dangling. One of them ripped my pockets, took the money. The other had a switchblade. It was like, I'll bang your heads together. You better not scream. And to put us down. Groceries, milk, all over the ground and all over the steps. Man, I ran upstairs with my brother. As soon as I got to the house, he calmed me down. She said, look, we're going to go back outside this afternoon. But when we go outside, if you see any of the guys that did this to you, you're not going to point them out with your finger. You're just going to describe them. Now, at 3 years old, I knew to describe these people when I've seen them. And that afternoon, she took me outside to go to McDonald's, and I seen one of them, and I described them. And I don't know if it was months or weeks later, but she walked right up to that guy as our punk-ass stepfather was taking us to the cab on East Tremont Avenue. And while I was holding his hand, I'm looking, to where my mother was, and she walked from our old house across the street to where them guys were standing at initially when I first seen them coming out the building with the $10 in my pocket. She had a big army plot that we knew not to play with in the house because it will burn you up worse than fire. Boric acid, lye. That's what they used to keep in the house back in the days, So she walked up to this guy nonchalantly, calmly, and emptied the whole contents over his head and face. Hit him with the pot. His mans and them standing right there, and she walked away. Cool. She walked away all the way down the block. She never ran. She only jogged when she got like 3 feet from the cab. So at 3 years old, she taught me the game. But that was that game. At 5 years old, she wound up getting killed in front of me. So she killed that dude that she burnt up with the lie. But then 2 years later, she wound up getting killed.
What was your stepfather problem though? Why was he abusing her? He was just an abusive man?
He was on drugs. He was on heroin.
Got it.
He was on heroin, and I don't want to get too deep and too political in it. I'm going to leave it like that.
Respect.
Save it for the book, you know what I mean?
Respect.
And everything else, By which I held out. I held out on all of that because, see, I kind of knew that, like, Hollywood was going to be dead, There's too much going on, man. So what y'all brothers is doing, man, this is a beautiful thing. We supposed to be doing our own things. My daughters right now, all 4 of them got their own little businesses online. That's what it's about, man. Being self-sufficient, man. Not being a slave to no rhythm, man. I'm not a slave to nobody, man. I'm free. 400 years is over, man. We free. Breathe this air, man. You free, man. Expand your thinking, man. Go outside of the box.
So, okay. Growing up, you was a daredevil. Roller skating backwards, taking a lot of chances that a lot of people wouldn't take. At a young age, your uncle taught you 52 block, but he only showed you a couple of moves, not the whole thing.
There's no such thing as the whole thing.
Because blocking is it's infinite, right? There's no number to blocking. Okay, so now, tell us about, in the childhood, you with your grandparents, what was your street like? Did you go finish school? Were you in the streets?
Well,
hustling?
I was doing the school thing. I was a real smart, bright child and everything. But, I learned early, that wasn't for me. Because all it was an educational prison. You wasn't learning the real science in school. Because none of that stuff you wind up getting vaccinated for, getting yourself sick, and then wind up graduating college and owing all of this money for some rubbish that you learned that you're not even going to apply when you hit the bricks, man. Come on, man. Let's be real, man. We got to use our mind, our ideas, man, our intelligence, man. I'm not on their wavelength. I'm on my own wave. I'm 53 years old, and I've been on this for a long time. I cannot sacrifice my body to be a slave to any system. And I'll never sell my soul or nothing for all the money, because money don't mean nothing. I'm already rich. And when I say rich, I ain't talking about that big willy fake, getting money in the street, running around with cars and doing all that. That's not the rich and wealth I'm speaking about. What I'm speaking about, that spiritual currency. When you do good things and you help people, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. My health. When I was young, I looked at people that was 50 and 60 years old. They was looking old, toe up, twisted, whatever, out of shape. But learning this science, right? Our bodies are made to last 1,000 years. So if I'm 53 years old and the young boys talk about, oh, look at the old head, my man, how can I be a whole head and our bodies are made to live to be 1,000 years old? And the reason why we're not achieving that goal is have everything to do with the way we eating, man, and what we drinking. You think they ain't know who you were? That's why they sabotage you with the food. They sabotage you with the water, with the fluoride to attack your pineal gland. Your pineal gland is what gives you your creativity. You see what I'm saying? I unlocked the art of 52 blocks from the pyramids to the projects. This is all I did. It's unlocked. It's a complete art. You don't need to mix it with boxing, kung fu, with nothing. Pure 52. You know, whether it's one-on-one, whether it's multiple opponents, or if a person pull out a weapon, you got to be prepared. All right. Well, I see the fire burning. You know, I'm waiting to walk through it, man, because I know you get ready to come with something. I can actually see what you're thinking, man. You want to ask me some crazy stuff, man.
Not yet.
I really don't want to talk about the mother dead cat because, see, I don't want to give too much energy into that dude for the simple reason that when you Google 52 blocks, this name come up as being a creator. And first of all, I want to shut that down. He's not a creator. Because even if we want to argue and say, okay, well, Mother Dead was the founder of 52 blocks. Okay. Well, if he was the creator of 52 blocks, then how come he couldn't handle multiple opponents? And how come he got stabbed up? How come?
Hold on. Let's stop.
I went to jail for a whole lot.
Yeah, facts. Let's slow down. That was a good one. You were good. You're good. But what I heard about Mother Dead, like, are we talking about the same Mother Dead that we heard about, the guy that was attacking people in prison and performing?
The stories is outlandish. Let me ask you a question.
Hold on.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Are we talking about the same Mother Dead?
Let me hear the story
of the guy that was in prison that was forcing men to perform sexual acts on him. Is that the same Mother Dead?
Same Mother Dead.
Okay, so he's a real person.
Yes.
And where is he from?
He was from Brooklyn, and you had another one from Manhattan.
2 Mother Deads.
2.
Okay, now.
The original one's from Brooklyn.
The original Mother Dead. Are you talking about the original one? Or you talking about the
I'm
one
talking about the original one.
Okay, the one from Brooklyn.
Yes.
Is he still around?
No.
Passed away?
No. Well, if you consider thrown off the chair and shanked up, passed away, yeah. Because they killed him in Clinton.
Okay, now, I just hear like this, it's like a spooky thing with the stories, but so you knew him?
Yes.
Can you get into how you knew him, please?
I know him just from seeing him in prison. Yo, that's that dude Mother Dead. But just like I heard about him, he heard about me. Because, see, I was fighting against dudes I was getting gang raped. Wasn't with that. Like, you couldn't rape a guy in front of me, you know, in jail. I don't care. That's not right, man. That's foul. Out foul. Like, I don't have the stomach for that. I will kill you if you try to somebody in front. A guy in front of me, we doing time. Nah. Mother Dead wasn't on that type of time, though. He was sneaky with it. You see what I'm saying? Because his lover, who was a 5 pretender, not a 5%er, a fake guard body, I'm going to say odd body, you know what I mean? Start teaching them little, defensive techniques, like he was teaching his girl or something, or whatever, to hold him down after he left. You know what I'm saying? So now when the dude, Mother Dead, was by herself, he didn't just run up on people knocking them out. Nah, he wasn't on that time.
Okay.
Because you don't know who's who.
So that's a myth.
Yeah, that's a myth. If he did knock them out, and when he did do stuff like that, he felt his opponents out first. Because, see, he only had a few blocks. Suppose he run up on somebody, they got a knuckle game. That's defeating his purpose. He just want to knock you out. Once he see you ain't got no hand skills, he want to knock you out and do you and you do him and however that stuff goes.
Yeah. But he was really doing that part.
He was really doing that part. But he was feeling them out first. He wasn't just running up on everybody and anybody.
Oh, so it wasn't random.
No, it wasn't random. Everything was planned. Like, he even used to stay in the orientation houses just for the new jacks to come in. So when the new jacks come in, he'd be like, okay, let's say you come in. Yeah, what's your name, kid? Your name Flip? Oh, what's up? Where you from? Queens?
Don't use.
Word. You from Flip? You from Queens? Word. What you in here for, son? Get mad extra familiar. And then all that talking to go to the hand play. And then from the hand play, when he see you ain't got no type of knuckle game, or your knuckle game is minimal to none, he gonna move in on you. What you gonna do? 6'4", stock, cop, diesel, chest bone, ball head. You gonna be scared to death if you ain't on that type of time. You see what I'm saying? Now, a lot of people that's talking about it, and a lot of people that's trying to run a lot of these stories, you gotta question yourself. Well, Dad, if all that was happening, so you seen this dude getting?
But,
that would question your manhood, man.
That would, but hold on. Because you talk real fast, 52. So I got to slow you down because, we hear the stories about these people Him, a guy named Dead Arm Row, and all
Yeah.
these type of people. We hear these stories about these guys, and
Pissy Black.
yes, yeah. So, but
I tell you, my little man Shasha from Harlem. This is some funny shit. I don't even really be talking about this stuff.
I know, but I appreciate
But
you
just
doing
to
it.
shut people down, because come on, man. Stop saying that a homosexual invented this art. This is in the pyramids, man. Let's just solidify that right there. This is on the pyramid walls, man. It's in the tombs.
So Mother did not create 52
No,
Block.
he did not.
When did you run into him yourself?
Oh,
You
in the 80s,
in prison.
in prison.
And what was did you guys have a confrontation or you guys
It wasn't no confrontation.
Okay.
It wasn't no confrontation. He was quiet. He was doing him. Like I said, if he got familiar with you and started hanging out with you, 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to get. But see, if we was in the same house as me, I was going against like that. So you couldn't do that in my house where I was at. And that's back in the days, man. Like,
So where did the mystique about this character come from? Why does his name even this 2020?
all right, let me show you. This is how powerful 52 is. I could teach you one block, nothing else. You use that one block for the rest of your life, but you use it in a way you're going to win every fight. When you fight anybody that doesn't have that type of mindset, far as the defensive mindset, you understand what I'm saying? They're going to look like a novice to you. They're going to look like non-professional. I don't care if they black belts, 20-degree black belts, none of that. It don't matter. Because, see, you're dealing with offense and defense. And if you look at the game of chess, which piece moved first? White, right?
Mm-hmm.
Black piece moved second, right? That's because white is offensive. But when you throw an offense, you leaving something and everything open. So for master defensive, for the master defensive, you know what I mean? We're going to block your attack, exploit your opening, and finish you. You see what I'm saying? Because you are offending. We black, we defending. I'm sitting here. I'm not bothering nobody. But if you come over here trying to punch me in my face, oh, well, you just broke your hand. And that's the least. That's just on the block. You know what I mean?
But you still didn't explain that. Come on, see the
What?
shit. How did the mystique about this character, him? That's what I want to know.
Because brothers coming home from prison, like brothers like me coming home from prison. I mean, even before I was going home and going in different neighborhoods, you know, when people see the art, they be like, oh, shit, that's that jail shit. Like, they didn't know it was 52 blocks. They would just say jailhouse shit because they didn't know the signs. That's like being God body, being 5%er, and you speaking on math, you're going to sound the same to everybody. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So the mystique became, dudes didn't know how to fight. Dudes wasn't on that time. Dudes was just listening to stories and watching things happen. Now, dudes went to jail. Like my generation, you know, this generation, my generation was more real, man. And I'm going to say it was more real because, see, we would fight you, and the next day we would be friends. Mm-hmm. Like, we would be brothers. It'd be love. Nowadays, if you fuck somebody up, you know, you got to watch your back because they're going to come and try to use a gun or try to snipe you off or, you know, or call a whole million people or whatever the case may be. Right. You understand? So, you know, it came from these people glorifying a homosexual.
Got it.
So if anybody says, oh, well, I heard the mother dead story, you got to question their manhood then. Because why would you willingly just, like, I'm not coming up here willingly saying, oh, yeah, well, the mother did this, that, and the third, but I'm telling you how it really went down. Like, he wasn't like that. He wasn't just running up on everybody, hey, you, I'm going to rape you. Nah, it wasn't like that, man. He had to get familiar. See, that's called a disease. When I was doing time in the 80s, we call it familiarity.
So it was a tactic. It was a tactic.
But familiarity, yes, very contagious. I'll bust your wide open, you try to get too familiar with me. You see what I'm saying? Because it go from talking to horseplay force talking to putting hands on you to see if you got a knuckle game. And once they see you ain't got no knuckle game, they gonna move in for the kill. I mean, he wasn't the only one like that. You know? Now you have other dudes that ain't give a like Pissy Black. He'll run up on you and just take your shit. He ain't give a whether you know how to fight or not. But he tried that shit to the wrong person. My little man Shot, Rashi brother from Harlem. You heard about the famous killings with Rashi and Jason and all of them. Harlem Chronicles and all of that. Anyway, Shasha, he went to jail because the nigga that killed his brother, he bugged him out. He just started killing everybody.
I heard about that.
All right, so yeah, Pissy Black runs up on Shasha in Attica. He runs up in Shasha's cell. Sha only like 5'3", 5'4". He got long black curly hair. He about the sister complexion. You know what I mean? Sick ass niggas in jail look at him like he's a bitch. You know what I mean? Because they ain't seeing women, so they seeing men. You understand? So Pissy Black came to Sha cell. He had a plate in his hand with a hot dog bun, with his meat in the hot dog bun, and walking up to him. And Sha was sitting down. He had a metal hot pot cooking Jack mackerel, fried Jack mackerel. Yeah, it tastes like chicken. You know how it is. Boom. But with the metal hot pot with the 190-degree boiling water. So when he came, and he looked at Pissy Black, because, you know, Pissy Black like 6'4", 6'5". Sha only like 5'3", 5'4". So that's a vast difference. And Sha sitting down, so he damn near almost meat level for this though. You know what I'm saying? Yo, why did Sha dump the whole hot pot on his genitals? And this Pissy Black, this fast athlete, that's a black ass, fast ass athlete. The nigga nasty in football and basketball. He's a rapo though. So Sha chased him down the gallery, was ripping his back open. To this day, if you show Pissy Black a razor, he gonna run from you. Sha the one who made him scared of razors. You see what I'm saying? And that's what he got for trying to Sha.
So Pissy Black is still alive?
Yeah.
He's in prison?
He was, last time I checked, 13 years ago.
So let me ask you a question. Real quick, and I'm going to move off the Mother Dear character. How did he pass away? Do you know how he passed away? The Mother Dear guy. How did he die?
He ain't passed away. He ain't died like it was his voluntary. He got thrown off the tier by the Spanish niggas, man, because he was still doing that same bullshit. You understand? But the Spanish got together, they stabbed him up and threw him over the tier. If he really knew 52 blocks, 5 coming at me and y'all got weapons. First of all, I'm going to disarm the first one. I'm going to do it so beautifully and stab him up with his own shank that y'all two with weapons, y'all going to run the other way. Now, if you don't believe me, the era I come up in was the 80s. Rikers Island. Now, my generation, I'm 53 years old. Now, this is my people. Corey King, Shaquell, and the likes. You understand what I'm saying? We was in rides together. We was in the thick of things. So my stuff really don't need co-signing, but I just want to help the people. So, you know, our people don't have to get caught out there. I just want to pass my strength off.
How much time did you do?
Yeah, I did a lot of time, man. About 20 altogether.
Why did you go to prison?
For various different reasons, man. First reason, because I'm my mother's son. She was political. I was a black militant since she got killed. My children say, "Oh, Dad, you just too hard. Man, I can't stop being the way I am, man. I'm sorry, I can't." But see, I'm gonna say one thing though: nobody loves a warrior until it's time for war. But how you gonna have peace if you don't have war first? I had to go through the war to get my peace. I had my peace. So since I've been home, I raised my children. They gone. Everybody doing their thing. I had my peace. You know, trials and tribulations. But come on, what is perfection without going through trials and tribulations first? You got to go through the trials and tribulations. You know, you got to start off.
So once again, so you went to prison because you're your mother's son. You said you was political, so you didn't do any crime, basically.
No, I did crimes, and the crimes that I did, I stood up for mine. Like, but here's the thing: slavery was legal, but that don't mean it was right.
But you did crimes, though.
Of course, I did crimes. I had to survive out here, man. You know what I'm saying? I had to protect myself. I had to protect my family. I had to do what I had to do, what I felt was necessary to survive. Like, don't get me wrong, I wasn't doing heinous stuff like them white people and all of that mass murder and killing shit and all that stuff. Like, that's not me. Like, you know, I'm not going to kill nobody unless they trying to kill me, and I have to kill somebody.
But you did crimes that got you put away for a long time.
Yeah, I did crimes, but here's the thing. You know, like, one of my crimes was a pistol, right? It was a gun. And I was on a run for another gun charge. But here's the thing. They wanted to give me all this time. They wanted to give me a 3.5 to 7 for both of the gun charges. But dang, man, I have a right to bear arms, man. You telling me because I have a felony, I can't carry guns to protect myself on this planet? Especially when it's a known fact that they're killing us? You understand? I can't have a gun because I have a felony. Like, you know, so I carry the gun anyway. But that's when I was young, and that's when I was experimenting, and that's when I was learning.
Did you rob anybody?
Of course I rob people, man. Shout out to
you,
the infamous stick-up mob from Harlem, man.
You speaking cold, man. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to like. It's like with you. It's like the cipher.
Trying to figure out what we
Rubik's
got.
Cube. Like you don't want to say directly what it is. I gotta ask these questions.
Yeah, I was a stick-up kid too, you know, and you know, but you know, it wasn't really on my people, you know, because my thing was my people ain't got no money, and even if they do, why would I want to do that to them? Why don't we get the people that really got the money? So
which crime gave you the most time?
Which crime give me the most time?
Good job, G. Good job. Yeah.
That rhyme too.
That was that was a good one.
Thank you. I'm learning from Harlem. You know what I'm saying?
Well, a lot of them was crazy, man. A lot of them was crazy. I had one of them. I had one crime. It was for the state, right? And I wound up taking it to trial and everything because they was trying to pin it on me. They was trying to give me more or less like conspiracy on the state level. But mathematically, that's incorrect because you can't do it. You see what I'm saying? So they wound up charging me. I fought their charges and everything. I wound up blowing trial. I blew my appeal. Court of Appeal, Supreme Court, Appellate Division. I lost all of that. And the habeas corpus, I got deaded. So I wound up doing all of that. And the crime wasn't even a crime. The crime was the police said they seen me, right, receiving money from people while my co-defendant is hitting them off with drugs. With items. They ain't even say drugs. They said with items. Like, you know what I mean? But that was a setup. And I was going to some 52 back then because, you know, somebody needed some 52 block help and they had a little problem with somebody, you know. So the guy wound up setting me up, you know, with the Port Authority police, you know.
How much time you got for that?
That was hard. I caught 11 years for that.
What was the items? It was stolen items? Or was it drugs?
No, they saying drugs. And it wasn't the lab report. It wasn't no lab report because they ain't had no drugs. They saying from an observation, 229.30. No, 220.39. That's observation sale in the penal law. My man, you hit me with 220.16. Like, what are you doing? Like, you know, they had the wrong things, man. You know? So, you know, I fought them and everything, but I wound up losing. But I did get back a lot of time. You know? Just being about my business in that law library. You understand what I'm saying? So this is where my education came in, you know, really kicked in that. Because, like, you know, once you're able to read, write, and comprehend, you off to the races. All of that, trying to be a judge or all this nonsense, man. That's not for me, man. I'm God, man. I'd rather create, man.
But why who gave you the name 52 Block?
I gave myself the name because I mastered the art of 52. When you look at Mr. 52 Blocks, right? Look at Mr. MR. That's an abbreviation, correct? For master, right? Okay. Master 52. So Master 52 Blocks. So Master God Blocks. God is the Black Master.
So nobody ever defeated the Black
Master?
I
took my losses, man. Shout out to all my people, man, that gave me losses, man. I'm talking about from the time I was 6. Because we had a karate school, me and my brother.
Okay.
This is before 52, you know? Like, after my mother got killed, we had a karate school in the Bronx. We had an abandoned building. We was teaching all the children karate. Because, like, you know, when I was 1 year old, I got hit by a car trying to mess with my uncle who taught me 52 blocks. You know, I started doing karate, you know? I wound up kicking my cast off because I got hit by a car, you know? So, yeah, you know, we had a little karate school in the Bronx and stuff like that. And, you know, we was doing our little thing. You know?
So, you took any losses as Mr. 52?
No, not as Mr. 52.
Oh, hold on. All right, man.
It's been a while since you've been over here.
Yo,
it's been a long time.
Chill out, man.
It's been a while since you've been on the corner.
Yo, Mr. 52, bull out, man. Nah, man. It's been a while. I gotta do it to him.
Go to the corner. Yeah, take time.
52, man.
Take time.
What's up with you, man?
Come on with it, bro.
What's up with you? Did you get any losses? Did you lose?
I had losses, but not as Mr. 52 Blocks.
So who were you at the time?
Who were me? I was a practitioner. I was Divine. I was Big Rod. Come on, man. I was Alfie. I was Brother Al. Come on, man. Okay. Stop playing, man.
So, but you said you mastered it. At the time you mastered it, so how did you take a loss?
No, I'm not talking about at that time. We speaking about, this is 2020, the year of the truth, right? Perfect vision. We going back to 1977 up till now. So, from 1977, I remember in 1976, a year before my uncle taught me 52 blocks. My man Big E, his brother, his older brother, he gave me the beats at Dykeman. I mean, he put it on me, man. I wore that.
But how old were you?
I was 9 years old. Nah, that's just the beginning. It went all the way up. I took losses. I mean, but those losses wasn't really losses. They was learning experience. Because see, with the blocks, you know, the least, a brother couldn't kick my ass. That was the least. If I stand up there and let you get your frustration, aggravation off, and I just sit up there and block all your shit, just stand up, the least you won't beat my ass. Even if y'all try to jump me. If I don't hit back, the least you won't beat my ass. So the loss wasn't really a loss. A loss is really one's loss of life. The L is going back to the 7, y'all. Come on, y'all ain't even follow me. Going back to the Carpenter Square, going back to the number of God. So the L is a learning experience, which is really God. So shout out again to all my brothers that I took losses to, and sisters, because it was a sister that did me dirty too back in the days. She called me out there. You know what I mean?
How old were you when she did that?
15. 15. That was right in Dykeman.
So
Okay, hold on. So
G.
you didn't take any losses, and as Mr. 52, you're the master. So did you ever get injured? Did you ever get hurt?
Of course.
During this time?
Of course. Like, you know, throughout my, like, all right, let me start it from here. All right, Dykeman, 1973. This is when we moved in. When the Spanish people came, we embraced them with open arms. But we started having wars with them.
Right.
I'm from the project where my building 3, famous NBA player that fought with Bruce Lee on the Game of Death.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yes, sir. 2 floors under me.
Wow.
So you see the connection I'm making?
Hiya.
You see what I'm saying? Now, he's in a different generation than mine. He was in my father's generation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, this is where I'm coming from Dykeman. You understand? So this is my history. All that beefing going on, mediocre, that's mediocre stuff. Brothers like me, we paved the way for brothers to really be, you know, able to even be up there now, even the families and everybody.
So sorry, G. So hold on. Let's moonwalk real quick. What age you guys moved to Dykeman?
I was 6 years old.
6 years old.
That was 1973.
Got it. Okay. Slow down. I'm gonna be breathing hard.
No, we good. Now, I'm doing the knowledge before you do the wisdom, because you know you gotta think before you can really speak. You can't speak without things you don't know about,
G.
man.
You gotta give me, G.
I'm gonna let you like one more in, man.
Okay.
Like one more.
So okay. So when you first moved to Dykeman, there was not any Hispanics there, were there?
Not really.
Not
Nope.
really. What year, in your opinion, or in your facts, did the Hispanics come to Dykeman?
Started like 78, 79, 80.
What year did the racial war start between blacks
Started
and
in 80. That started like 80.
And why?
80, 81.
Why was it?
Spanish against blacks.
Why? What?
It
What
just
some of the
hate. They
wars?
was-
Yeah,
like
like-
when they came to the neighborhood, we embraced them. Black people, we
Yeah.
embraced them with open arms. But for some reason, we wound up having problems with them. You see what I'm saying? And we had to fight them. So I got my skills back then, mind you. I stayed fighting 10 and 20 of them. I was good. Handling mine.
By yourself?
By myself. But when they stopped and grabbed me, they had me like 50 deep or 100 deep. The leaders of the ball busters, right, they would always come save me just in time. When they had me 100 surrounded, 50 surrounded, they'd be like, nah, that's me familia. And dudes was like, nah, that ain't your family. He black. He Cocolo. That's my family. Shut up. You understand? So they was saving me. And those same individuals, a lot of the leaders for the ball busters and the Uptown Crazy Crew, I wound up seeing them in prison. And we really left that shit alone then because we still alive. And now we on a different plane. This is a different war in jail. Like, fighting over that turf bullshit. That's bullshit. We all live there. You understand what I'm saying?
So okay. Let me. So you gave let's fast forward. You gave yourself the name Mr. 52 Blocks because you mastered the art. But who is Diallo Frazier? You ever heard of him?
Yes.
It's,
Diallo Frazier. There's a lot of people out there, you know, on the internet, drum rolling 52, bringing it to the forefront.
Okay.
Like right now, 52 Block is on the Black Belt magazine. You know, my thing is this. I don't have to be on the cover because, see, I'm not jock riding that Black Belt magazine and all the rest of that stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Because mine's is real. I don't need world titles to show and prove who I am. Mine's is real life death situations. But brothers is, they advocating and pushing 52, like Diallo Frazier, Sensei Mo, and the rest of them.
So have you met Diallo Frazier or you just heard of him?
No, I never met him.
But he is the 52 block that he's doing, is it authentic?
Well, I told you how to find out if a person really doing 52 or not. You can't ask me if that's authentic.
If they don't fight numerous people.
Like I said, no. Like I said, if you want to see somebody who really does 52, they should allow you to throw 10 punches at them without punching back. They should be able to block and or weave everything.
Yo, I'm going to keep it real. Like, and I respect you. You're not a hater. But Mr. 52, man, that sounds a little bit, these backhanded comments don't sound too good to me.
Well, listen. That's like me saying I could beat Michael Jordan, right?
In basketball?
Y'all gonna look at me like, nah, this dude, somebody you could beat Michael Jordan, man.
In basketball, correct?
In basketball, correct. This then. Well, how you gonna know if you gonna beat it if you could beat him if you don't play him though? Right?
That's respect.
All I'm saying is this. If brothers tell you they know 52, because see, as far as I know, and I'm not being a hater, but I know I'm the only one who have real 52 fights on the internet. Nobody else got nothing real up there, as far as fight-wise.
But you have the opponents throw 10 punches or more at you?
Of course. Even in sparring videos, you see it. I'm going through multiple opponents as well. My training videos, teaching my students and stuff like that. I'm going through the science of the weapon disarmaments and all of that. Yes, it's very much real.
So why the 52 masters can't come together?
Well, because maybe, just maybe, there ain't no masters out there.
Oh, nah, G. Nah, you gonna give me tight G?
Listen, I noticed y'all brought up the Big K fight. Was it the Big K
We're
fight?
gonna talk. Don't rush us, though. Don't rush us.
Okay.
I know you was here. Don't rush us, but I want to know because I'm doing my research, and I see you, of course, Mr. 52 Block, because that's your name. But then I see a guy named Diallo Frazier, and I want to know that the correlation. You know what I mean? How did he may have learned it?
Well, let me tell you something. Prior to me coming home 07 and putting on my vids and showing blocks and showing knee strikes and showing elbow strikes, even dudes in the MMA wasn't doing it.
Oh man.
Dudes in the MMA they just started throwing a closed door block and certain blocks that I have. Like, I put minimal stuff up there, but like I said, a lot of people got their little offense a little more down pat. They got their defense a little more down pat. But what I'm saying with 52 blocks, look, it's simple mathematics, man. It's a lot of 52 block practitioners out there.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on nobody. It's not hate. Why should I hate? And this is a complete system. I'm telling you there are kicks in 52. I'm telling you that I can disarm weapons. I don't care if the whole woman's against me. You don't believe me? All right, I was in rides with Corey King, Shaquille, and them, and the rest of them. They already know we was side by side. Like, before they was even blood, they was trying to blood me in. Like, I'm God. Like, I'm different. I hold my own, NFL. One of my mans was like, Mink, the guard from Diamond, he called me from Elmira. He sent me a kite. He was like, yo, man, I ain't gonna be God no more because dudes, man, blah, blah, blah. I said, what? I said, yo, bro, let me tell you something, man. I'm God with or you without you, man. What do you mean dudes is I'm not worried about dudes, because if you on your positive square, you don't have to worry about all of that. What do you mean dudes is on some BS? But after deciphering the message, something had to happen, for the simple reason that with 52 blocks, my man, once I teach you, you could be on your own. You could be sticking your key in your door, in your car, or your house door, and the ninjas come out of nowhere. But your 52 perception be so up. You done peeped them all because you've been paying attention to the details. Most importantly, you've been paying attention to the energy. Because no matter what you say out of your mouth, I'm going to go by your energy. And long as your energy is matching up with what you're saying out of your mouth, you good then. And that's how I go. That's what I do.
But by talking to you, I still didn't really hear the origin of 52 blocks. You gave me a Montu and
it's a beginning that never began and an ending that never will end, man.
I understand, but
like,
who brought it to New York?
Who brought it to New York? It came through. It came through. COs was teaching dudes.
Gotcha,
like
okay.
you had minimal fragments of 50. Like for example, you had brothers that was nice with boxing, but just on the strength of having 2 or 3 blocks and a little footwork, that put they knuckle game to a grand plateau compared to those who have minimal knuckle games, even if they have standard karate and kung fu. You know, I'm saying, you know what's happening right now? What's been happening for the past 13 years since I've been putting videos up?
Tell me. People been following your style.
Nah, people like in them karate, kung fu martial arts, and karate martial arts. Shout out to all the grandmasters and all of them. You know, ain't no hate, but they've been showing their students my videos, man.
Where did you get this information from?
Huh? From students and from people.
Respect.
Yeah.
Because I heard about
like
the
people from all over the world be hollering at me, and I, you know, sometimes I just fall back and they be coming with it, like, you know.
Because the style is 52 block, but to name yourself Mr. 52 block, meaning that you saying that you in my opinion, if I heard that there's a style called 52 block and there's a man named Mr. 52 block, I'm thinking that you are the top 52 blocker.
I mastered 52 blocks. If you get anybody else on your podcast,
snap.
Diallo Frazier or anybody, ask them the hard questions.
Can they take punches from? Okay.
Ask them the hard questions. If a man coming at you with a shank 10 feet away from you, could you take that? If a man throw 10 blows at you and you just blocking and weaving without even hitting them back, could you stand that? I call that walking through the fire. You understand? It's really a style. Now, and if you can't deal with multiple opponents, like where's your 52? It's deeper than just a block or a movement, man. It's a way of life, man. It's a way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? It's a way of perceiving. It's the energy and everything, like, you know?
Now,
I could come in the room 10 full of black people, black men, black young men. You know, most of our people on our time be on that. They looking at me like I'm the enemy, but as soon as the Caucasian or anybody walk in, how you doing, pal? Gee, what's going on? Come on, man. Get out of here with all that, man. Show me that love you're supposed to show me as being your brother. Because if not, when I come through the room, you're going to have to feel my energy, man. And I ain't on no troublemaking or bad guy stuff. It's just me being who I am. I'm very confrontational, especially among the wicked, man. You ain't going to send me and hurt me and all of that. I told you. I took the beatings, man. Now I'm doing the beatings.
When did you become a master? At what age?
I had to be before I went to jail.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was already a master to art with multiple opponents. So when I did go to jail and like dudes would have riots in the jail, like 60 dudes going in the mess hall, jumping on my 60 dudes, but I'm always on the back of the line. And they stabbing my 60 dudes up, ripping them open with the razors, doing this, that, and the third or whatever. Dudes come to me with the razor or the knife. I block this arm, put them on their ass, but it's done so beautifully, like oh. So the next man come with the razor, I disarm him, knock him out with the elbow. What you think the man 20 feet away with the big ass ice pick gonna do? He gonna stop in his tracks like Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble when they stop the car, my dude, and run the other way.
Let's go.
And run the other way.
Ignore him, G.
I just pictured the Fred Flintstone, the twinkle toes.
G.
He cool, man.
Nah, man.
It sound like I'm cocky, you know? But people confuse my cockiness with confidence. It ain't cockiness, it's just confidence.
I saw it. Yo, so
Yeah. You want me to go?
no.
I want to ask a question about this.
All right, before you get there.
Okay.
So like, who gave you the title as a master? Like, I mean, I know you can give it to yourself, but like,
I gave myself the title because I'm the one who mastered 52 blocks. Out of all these other practitioners, nobody will tell you that 52 blocks, the art of 52 blocks is a complete art. None of them. But I'm here to tell you, it's a complete art. This is how complete it is. I don't care if you know jujitsu, like I stated earlier. You got to punch, kick, or grab. I don't care what art you know. You have to do one of them 3 elements. Punch, kick, or grab. 52 is so official. You tell me if I'm a master. You try to throw a punch at me, I throw up the block, your hand breaks. Tell me something. You throw a kick. No, telegraphed. I throw up the block. You throwing the lightning kick to take me out, but your leg break. Y'all seen the MMA clip with Bones? He broke the kid leg in the MMA by mistake.
When he kicked him, his leg.
Yeah, remember that? I do that on purpose. See, it's mathematics. I do that on purpose. It's not accident. It's purpose. Because it's the art of defense. I know it sounds weird because everybody's on offense. I'm on defense. So you could try to punch, your hand gonna break. You could try to kick, your leg gonna break. And as you can see from your clips up there, if you try to wrestle me, I could break your neck too.
Let's talk about the video that I've been watching all day.
Okay.
Oh my God.
It was on Sub-Zero.
Shout out
It's
to
supposed to be the bartenders versus Mr. 52.
Yeah.
Shout out to the bartenders too. Those my guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know who those guys are. Salute.
Shout out to all of them, man.
They
You
do
know?
it. They do a bunch of workout.
Bartenders,
videos and all
Big
that.
K, Ferris Daniels,
Yeah.
the whole 52 Constellation operation, man. Shout out to all of them.
Can you
man.
tell us where that stemmed from, that whole issue? Because when I see
What?
a video here, I see a big guy they called, and then you came. And
That was
then,
Big K. That dude was a giant, big guy. That dude
Yeah.
was 6'7",
Yeah.
380 pounds. You
Big
talking
K.
about a big guy? That
Yeah.
nigga's a giant.
Yeah,
So go
okay.
ahead.
Now tell us can you tell us the whole story? Because you speaking code, so let me.
Well, he's
just tell
supposed to
you-
been guard body.
Let me just tell you
All right.
what I'm asking for.
Okay.
Can you walk us through the whole story of how it happened from start, middle, end, please?
With the bartenders?
Yes.
Well, they had an issue with one of my other students, right, in the past. So, I wound up, stepping up for my other student or whatever the case may be. And, I had spoke to them brothers on the phone. I had even seen them in person. I went down to they have a dojo in Harlem. I went down to the dojo, Richard Garcia's dojo. I stepped to them cats, but in a positive way. I was like, look, man, what's up? This, that, and the third. So they was like, nah, we ain't questioning your 52. I was like, man, I don't even got to fight. They said, nah, you Mr. 52. Of course you don't know how to fight. But they had the standard dude waiting on the side to try to, whatever. He just came home from jail, like 250 solid, waves spinning 360 with the $150 fresh on his face. Now, he was supposed to be intimidating me when he came out. But as soon as I came out, he see me, he marshmallowed up, he softened up. So I was like, man, I don't even got to fight. So they jumped right on that wave. So we talked about it. So they was like, but your student here. I said, but if you know my 52 is official, why are you questioning my student? I said, matter of fact, y'all got an octagon cage ring. One of y'all go in there with my student. So I had more confidence in my student than my student had in himself. But I wound up faking them same dudes out because they ain't even want to go in the ring with my student. So we left that day. I thought everything was cool. Next thing you know, I'm making videos, dudes making videos, calling me a Ninja Turtle. You know the turtles with the fighting shit or whatever, trying to diss me or whatever. And it was Big K and them. And I wound up speaking to him over the phone. I was like, yo, God, what's the science, man? We supposed to be brothers, man. Like, what's the science? Nah, yo, because I would have came over and killed something, this, that, and the third. I said, you know why you out of pocket, man? Because you on the phone talking that. You ain't supposed to say that, brother. Kill? You really? Nah, you ain't supposed to say all of that. So boom, we wound up squashing it again. Okay, now, next thing you know, I have students, right? And I told my students, well, why don't you spar with them guys? Because they talking. But I'm a supreme grandmaster. I don't have to spar. I let my students do the sparring. If you come to me, I'm gonna take you out. Like, that's it. I ain't playing with nobody. So boom. So now, Big K, we get on the phone again, and now he insulting me, talking all this. And then we wind up squashing out again or whatever the case may be. All right, things supposed to be squashed. Next thing you know, my students are supposed to spar with them, but they like, nah, we don't want to spar with your students. We want Mr. 52. So I told my students, I said, listen, I'm getting ready to go see these guys. It's going to be like a lot against one. So I want nobody to come, please. None of my students come. Because I got to make a statement to the world. Like, you know what I mean? And that's what I did. So when I showed up, I jumped out of my van. Sub-Zero was like, man, do you know it's 30 out here for you? I know you got 29 of them in that van. I said, nah, God, I'm by myself. He was like, word? Yo, props. So as soon as I was putting my stuff on the ground, because Giant came, yeah, my name Giant, this, that. Nigga, I ain't even shake his hand. So I'm picking my stuff up off the ground. Guess who coming with roach legs? Big K. And he stole on me while I was bending down. But he ain't get a flush. He skint. Because I was still on my toes, but I was crouched down. You know what I mean? Picking up my stuff. So I was able to weave and bounce up. And the footage you've seen is when I was backing up. Now, you could go to Sub-Zero and ask him to confirm that. Because, see, he ain't even catch it. He was like, oh, shit, wait a minute. Let me get the film rolling. This, that, and third. So, yeah, big man was trying to knock me out so he could just me up, with 52, but it ain't happen like that. You know? And at the same time, I wind up, shutting him down. I had his life in my hands. I could have killed him because I got your larynx. I don't care how big you are. You could die. You need your breath. And that's a pressure point. So he had to let it go. But I had to be careful because even after that, whole bunch of people caught accidental homicides, you know what I mean, from beating people upside the head after they was denied oxygen to their brain. This is where the science come in at. You got to know what you're doing. Because what the hell I look like being Mr. 52, right? But I'm in jail doing forever for killing some dudes, my own people, in the street. Nah. See? So it happened the way it was supposed to happen. I spanked them. We did our thing. It was over. I even tried to reach out to them after that, like a couple of years after that, like, yo, let's break bread. Let's do some, you know what I mean? Because as black people, we supposed to be able to fight and still build, you know what I mean? And build something together. But I guess brothers ain't on the same page. And, furthermore, a lot of brothers are ego tripping right now. Instead of being humble, you know what I mean? And coming to me, like, I even had a spot. I had a school. I had a real school. I had opened up a dojo. I had to shut it down. Somebody from Queens, I ain't even gonna say his name right now, try to come to my school and try to desecrate my school, man. And I went from teaching him little blocking techniques and applications to him rushing me and grabbing me from a frontal bear hug with all the intentions of slamming me on the side of my neck. You understand what I'm saying? But he couldn't breathe. So, after that, I had to leave the school alone. If I do get another school, I let my students run it. I just have a back door in it that's never locked.
So someone from Queens.
Yeah.
You don't want to say their
name. He was a bully. Like a bully. A super bully.
We know
in
him.
his 30s. Super bully. I ain't going to say his name. You'll see his name later. But he was a super bully. He turned out to be my man now. He's like, you know what I mean? My best friend. But that's what happens. See, I done gave a lot of L's out, and I changed people's lives, man, for the better. Dudes became Christians, good law-abiding citizens, rocking kufis. Dudes was getting down with gangs. Jews was coming to me talking about, yo, the brother, he down with the gang now, you can't. My man, I ain't down with none of that, B. I'm not down with none of that. But if you go against me on some negative shit, you're going to get what you're supposed to get.
How did you join God Body?
Huh? Well, here's the thing. In 1977, the same year, I got the knowledge on 52 from my uncle. He also gave me knowledge of self. You see what I'm saying? And once he told me that the black man was God, I said, wait a minute. You mean to tell me just like the pyramids? Like ancient Egypt? Those brothers and sisters was gods and goddesses? I was already sold because, see, I was already conscious. I never ate pork in my life. I'm 53 years old. From young. I've been conscious of all of this. So, back in 1977, when he gave me that knowledge, I took off to the races. I never stopped. And it got so deep, whereas I went to the 5%ers years ago, and I was like, listen, the black woman, she's not just a regular earth or wisdom. She's not secondary but necessary to bring forth and bear fruit. She's a goddess. And brothers were saying, nah, no, now Cypher, God, now Cypher. They were saying some 5% Christian shit. Like, what the They was like really against that. Like, come on, man, you can't do that. Because think about it. Your mother, you came from your mother. And your mother and your father is the first gods you ever known in your life. See? And you came out of the womb of your mother. That's the center of the universe. You see? Now, when we going into the science of what I'm dealing with, 52 blocks, I'm dealing with the science of telekinesis now. It transcended just putting hands on people. It's fucking niggas up with that telekinetic force now. That's what I'm on. That's why I said, the key is in the detail. And this is melanin magic. This is mathematic magic. This is real science. And it's not only in fighting. Like, for example, since this started, I was coming from the Spring Parkway on the highway. And I let these cars pass me. It was like a mile back behind me. So I slowed up and started doing the speed limit. They passed me. Next thing you know, I get a mile or two down the road. The same 5-6 cars that passed me, they scattered haphazardly all across the highway. Nobody in the cars. It was only a narrow space for my little C300 to get in, to get out. They tried to sabotage me. It felt like I was in San Andreas Grand Theft Auto, man. You know how you hit the turbo and it just slow up, but you able to control it? That's how it was. And I was able to get up out of there. And I'm looking back and I don't see broken glass. I don't see no signs of an accident. I don't see humans laying out the car in an accident. Nothing. I don't see nothing. And that was the setup. See? So 52 also transcends to a vehicle. Because when you driving that car, you got to use mathematics. You got to use perfect timing. Otherwise, if you don't, you smack into that wall. You done. How many young people just got their first car, took it for the drive and was gone? Or got drunk and all type of stuff. You see what I'm saying? So when you get behind the wheel, it's like 52 blocks also. It's a life-death situation every time you drive that car. Just like every time you go out your house.
So what knowledge do you want to give the people? Because this is the time right here that I want to give you to express the knowledge that you want to give the people. What do you feel like the people should learn pertaining to 52 block, or even like you said, the knowledge?
Well, dealing with 52 blocks, I mean, I feel that many of our people need to learn self-defense, especially the women and the children, even the elders. You know, the older, the grandmas and the grandpa. I mean, I'm one too, but, you know, I'm talking about older, like 70, 80, 90 years old. You know what I mean? I feel everybody should take part in that because it's a beautiful art and it will protect you. Like the least, you will not get hurt. And it transcends just the physical because it goes to the mental. And then it goes to energy. Because see, when people find out, just like being a stick-up kid, like my Brooklyn people, my Brooklyn brothers, they showed me the game, just like I showed them the game too. Like, it got to the point whereas, you see the stick-up kids and they see you, and the worst thing for a stick-up kid is to try to stick you up, but you already got the drop on them. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the worst thing in the world. Like, your gun could go off all day in America, but to think you have the drop on somebody and you don't, that's the worst feeling in the world. Right. And see, that's why being a sticker kid is not really what it is either. That's almost similar to like extortion. Extortion was one game in the hood I never respected because motherfuckers gonna come up to you and tell you better push out this amount of money every week, or you dead, or your family dead, or your wife dead, or your children dead, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the worst. And I had the wildest try to extort me from Harlem. Like certified killers, like Black-handed death killer, like the preacher. Yeah. You know what I mean? But, it's different when you have a different energy. I'm not trying to say I'm the baddest in the world, but I'm telling you, I have the baddest defense in the world, and I'm already thinking ahead of everything, and I'm keeping it on the positive. So once I keep it on the positive, I can see anything coming from me at any time. So come on with the negativity. You don't think I can feel the vibrations? I'm so in tune with myself. You don't think I'm going to feel the vibrations? Yeah. I know the science. I know the game,
So Speaking of energy and vibration, like what was your initial energy about coming on our show today? Like before you got here, before you sat on the couch, what were your thoughts? Were there any positive thoughts, negative thoughts? Did you see clips online that made you kind of like
Well, my thing is this, man. I mean, people were saying things like, yo, you made Queen's a funny dude and this, that, and the third. But look, you speaking to the God, man. Everything ain't physical. Like, I'm not standing here trying to fight. I would teach y'all, you know what I'm saying? But this is a mental aspect of 52. Right. You see what I'm saying? Whereas positioning. Like, if I use mental 52 on you, I would have your checks going to my cash out. That's mental 52. You see what I'm saying? So you got to be on top of your game, man. So brother don't get in your lane and get all your shit. So that means your mind got to be sharp. You can't allow nobody to do your taxes, man. Taxes is extortion.
Wow.
Taxes is extortion. So you ain't going to lay up here and look at me and be like, all right, he got on a $100,000 watch, $50,000 bracelet, $100,000 car in the parking lot. I'm sure he in a distant $500,000. You ain't doing my taxes, B. Nah, I'm healthy. I ain't got on no Jerry. Regular pair of sneakers, shirt, and a hat. And a white T-shirt. Like, what else is it? I don't have nobody to impress. I have my own black artists. So I ain't looking for extra. I'm not looking, you know what I mean, for all them come-ups and all of that. And I'm just me. And I just want to get this message out to our people, man, because our people been taking a lot of L's, man. Like, for real, man. As soon as they said, oh, black people were twice as likely of catching the corona. Come on, man. Stop letting them put that energy on us, man. Mm-hmm. We strong, man. I don't wear no mask. What am I wear a mask for? I have to breathe. That destroys your that messes with your respiratory system. And if you don't believe me, then when you get in your car, if you're driving, put a banana in the tailpipe and just clog it up with duct tape and sit in your car, turn it on for an hour or two. Let's see how that gets you. Because that's the same effect you're doing with the mask. And then that goes to slavery and all of that. Like, you can't get me to do what you want me to do. Like, I'm a leader, man. I ain't doing all that. If it's not morally right to myself, I'm not going to do it.
Are you still taking challenges out there?
It's deeper than challenges, man, because I done did all of that already, man. Like, what am I, like, for real? I'm not going for belts. This is life, death situations. This is life experiences. Long as I know how to handle multiple opponents, long as I know how to take weapons from people, I ain't got to take challenges. I'm a teacher. I have students for that. If you want to challenge, if you want to fight, I have students that love to fight. I have a student that's 120 pounds, and it don't matter how big you are. He want to just get it in. Also, he want to do a spar. You know? So,
where
like
do you
I said,
teach
I'm
them
more or
at?
less in teaching, huh?
Where do you, if somebody want to learn
My
from...
man, my dojo right here. Like, come on, man. What, we going to wait and do 100 push-ups, throw on some gloves, and come on in this space and let's do it? Nah, this is my dojo right here. This is real life. This is the planet Earth, man. This is my dojo right here. I'm teaching you right now. This is Mental 52.
I like this guy,
And they can't tell you that because they don't know. That's why I can outline a curriculum for Real 52. Because I researched it, I cracked the code, and it went from the pyramids to the projects. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you mentioned something earlier. I'm not sure if I heard it correctly, but you mentioned something about people in the neighborhood requesting you to come help them out with certain situations, or I could be wrong though. It sounded to me like you said something about like in Harlem, people had a situation and they call you to come like rectify this, something like that. They call Mr. 52 to come.
Nah, no.
Okay, okay.
No, not like that. Not necessarily.
Okay.
Not necessarily. Like, you know, I know people from all over, and you'll be surprised how many students I really have. I have over 1,000 students. And everybody's not good, just like everybody's not bad. But I learned how to accept that also.
I'm talking about like in the neighborhood. I could have sworn I heard something earlier. I could be wrong though, but I heard something earlier where you said you had to go handle a situation with somebody, or somebody calls you to come help a situation out in the neighborhood. No?
No. Because the last thing I was supposed to handle, and I wound up just letting that play out, that was that Dykeman situation.
Okay.
You know, because the dude, the mayor and all of them, they're my peoples, man. Like, really, man? This is the same complexion. You know what I'm saying? Me habla español, mucho rápido, and all that. But still, like, what that mean? We still black. Like, we still peoples, man. Like, come on, man. There's nothing to get off of that. And that ain't no war. Niggas going up there to cop weed, black niggas be. If you want to get on niggas for destroying your neighborhood, you got to get on them niggas that's not black wearing all black and breaking in the stores. I'm just saying, I ain't going to say no more.
Who was your toughest opponent?
Toughest opponent.
As Mr. 52, not before.
You can't say toughest opponent because I was in situations dudes was trying to jump me. Dudes was jumping me. 15 dudes. I'm on the wall.
But what was like the scariest one for you where you felt like, yo, I might.
Let me tell you something. All of them was life death situations. And I learned that by being God, you can't possess fear. See, you have a part in your brain that's the neocortex, right? The neocortex part of your brain possesses fear, ego, and pride. All the things that you don't need. If you use fear in 52 and it's a life-death situation, that fear can get you killed, man. Same way if you're driving and using fear, something happening. Yeah, that fear can get you killed. So now it's no fear, and it's no ego, and there's no pride. This was the chip that was planted in our brains thousands of years ago, but that's on a different level. Dudes ain't even up on that type of stuff. Just know that when it comes to the truth, in this day and time, when people speak on knowledge, they say you crazy. But then when you speak on ignorance, they say you knowledgeable. And you sane. Like, what's going on, man? You understand? What's going on?
I'm listening.
That's not right, man. You know, people rebel against knowledge so much, man. But I understand because it's the chip. The fear, the pride, and the ego prevents them from watching or learning anything even further. Let me tell you something, man. I wouldn't have been here, okay, if it wasn't for my goddess. And me, Mr. 52, without my goddess is nothing. So all of y'all out there, y'all need y'all black goddess. Because see, when you have your black goddess and you a black god, what you doing, that's called twin flame. That's an eternal flame, an eternal flyer. You understand? Because both of y'all together, it's a force that can't be reconciled, can't be conquered, it can't be destroyed, it can't be nothing. Now, mind you, I'm going to say this. Like 5 days before this pandemic broke out, I was supposed to have an operation. My goddess didn't let me have it. While I had the operation, how convenient. Oh, you got you were gonna. And I wouldn't even be here.
Wow.
So yeah, my goddess, you know? Every one of us need one, man. Like, I ain't nothing by myself. I thought I was a shit for years. Yeah, I'm a god. I can mess with any chick. Nah, it's not just all about that, man. You need your twin flame. You came out of the woman, right? You came out of that black woman. That's where you need to go back to. Yeah. Because then when you do that, you're going to start seeing you have more power. Since I've been doing that, man, powers and a lot of stuff just start opening up. And it doesn't matter if you have 98% of knowledge and she only have 2%. Or you have 2% and she have 98%. It don't matter as long as y'all come together. Don't matter as long as y'all come together. You know how much power we can create? See, this is what happened back in the days when Master Fard Muhammad came and taught Elijah Muhammad. He got intercepted by the feds. Them niggas snatched his lesson. Oh yeah, the black man is God, but that black woman being goddess, oh no, we're going to keep this. And right after that, you know, in the 70s, they came with the welfare, kicking the men out the house, and look what's going on. You can see the results. You can see the results. Right now, a lot of our sisters, they sleep. They sleeping goddesses. And I'm just waiting for them to wake up. And that's why I keep sparking.
What do your kids think of you?
Well, first of all, you can't call them kids because if you call them kids, you sacrificing them to something else. Kid is a baby goat. They use goats for sacrifice, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the children, they think I be on some drill sergeant shit. Cause I be dead set like I'm sorry, man. Like it's certain things like my home got to be clean all the time. Like I'm big on refinement, cause that's energy. When your house is cluttered and nasty and dirty, that means your mental is cluttered, nasty and dirty. That means you unorganized. You see what I'm saying? And that means if cleanliness is next to godliness, that means dirtiness is next to the devil. So you know what I mean? If you want to see who the devils is, just start cleaning up. They're gonna try to stop you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's real, man. That's real. It's a lot of signs. Like, I don't pretend to know it all. I don't even think I know it all. We as a whole know it all. But my knowledge and my contribution adds up. And it helps even more people. Because it's each one teach one as long as we reach all of us. You see what I'm saying? Now, come on, Flip. I know. Just come with it. Just spit it out. Spit it out.
Let's go.
Spit it.
I'm just listen. I'm sitting here. I'm looking and I'm understanding who Mr. 52 is and you know, 52 blocks is something that I may be interested in down the line. You know what I mean? I think it's definitely dope. No, for real. I'm watching it. This is what I was sitting here doing. And you know, you talk about the earth is your teaching ground. You're willing to teach.
My planet, anywhere and everywhere.
You're willing to teach anyone.
I can teach you the phone booth if they still existed.
That's too cool, man.
What was that death dance?
I was the dance of death. It was funny because when I was in Elmira, this dude cut somebody for me. I ain't asked him to cut him. I was trying to go home on work release. I wasn't trying to get in no trouble. But the dude wound up getting cut by one of my little mans from California, and I ain't asked him to do that or nothing. And after he cut him, and Frank White, that white boy was like 6'5", right? Boom, like 260 pounds or something like that. Boom. So he cut him. He let the dude off. Now the dude that cut him was only like 5'1", 5'2", a little short dude from California. He was a 5% Crip or some shit. or 5% of blood. It was crazy, right? But I ain't asked him to do it. His name was Knowledge. So boom, he did it. So Frank White let the dude down off and touch his face and start coming towards me. I was like, come on, man, don't get no blood on me, man. I ain't with that shit. He was like, oh, you f***ed up. I said, why you blowing up the spot? You know, police is all out here. So at the end of the long story short, he wound up doing 20-something blows at me. All I knew was I couldn't get no blood on me because if I did, they would charge me for the cutting. You see what I'm saying? So I wound up not getting cut. I blocked all his stuff. They wound up taking me to the box. I wound up not getting work with these, but I ain't get that charge. And I wound up going home soon after that. You know what I mean? But yeah, they was trying to stop me. You understand? But back to the question, I got thrown off a track a little bit.
The dance of
the
death.
dance of death. Now, the dance of death came from.
Us, bro?
All right, but let me give you a story first.
Because it's fire, bro. Like I was watching.
Let me give you a story first behind the dance. That dance ain't nothing new. It's really nothing new under the sun.
Talk. I want to hear the story. I'm listening.
Okay, that dance of death, basically, I mean, I could give away some of the offensive points to it. You know what I mean? Because to take a tree down, you got to chop it from the roots, from the bottom. So when I'm going for the dance of death, I'm not just going to stab you in your chest and your heart. I'm gonna put you down first, and after you did, I know you can't move. I'll probably hit you behind a hamstring or whatever, pressure point. You ain't gonna be able to move that leg again. You know what I mean? You'll be just right there. And if it's more than one of y'all, I do that to a couple of y'all. Y'all gonna be right there till I finish the rest of y'all. You understand? And then if I need to kill you or anything, I'll just come back and do it. You understand? But that's what the death.
You did the dance of death. You started to do the dance of death in the video. Sub-Zero.
I did it, but I stopped. I didn't want to give it to them because they wasn't ready. Remember, they was 30 deep.
They was backing up though.
They was 30 deep.
But why they was backing up?
Because I was doing the dance of death. But it was ironic.
That was fire.
The day before I did the dance of death on them, they made a video. You can pull it up. They spitting out razors and telling me to come out to play like this was the Warriors. Warriors, come out to play. Yeah. At the same time. So when I pulled out the knife and did the dance of death, my spirit did that. Because my spirit seen them videotaping before I was even constantly, was able to constantly physically see it for myself. So my thing is this. You can say something, you can try to hide something from me, and I don't see it with my physical eye. But if I need to see it, I will see it with my soul, with my spirit. I will astral plane to your ass and see everything. You can't hide it from me.
So I ain't gonna lie, I like the dance of death is bad. So you can't show us, bro?
What? The dance of death?
Yeah, or nah, you can't give it to us right now.
I'm saying, man, I mean, what?
It's 52, man. You too old to do it, Mr. 52?
Too old?
Come on, man. Yeah, exactly.
Who old?
Ooh.
1,000 years, right? 1,000 years. What we talking about here?
Go, Mr.
What we talking about? You talking about 1,000 years here? Come on.
Years, if I'm 53 years old, I mean, I was in jail with dudes that was 90 years old, man. Make me look like an old.
Word?
Stop playing. Those my inspirations, man. Black. Don't crack. Some niggas just smoke that. You understand what I'm saying? These dudes are my inspiration, man. They're in better shape than we'll ever be in right now. Skin tight, everything young, like real. Those are my inspirations. So I'm 53 years old. When I get 90,
can I ask you a question, Mr.
I'ma still be flipping and doing back handsprings and summies and all that.
Can I ask you a question? And I don't want to be disrespectful at all. You know what I'm saying?
So don't be.
Nah, but I don't want to. But you may take the question as disrespectful. Have you ever done drugs before? Of
course.
If somebody may come, because usually what happens is that when we interview people, they come out like, yo, on drugs, Flip, you don't know, you should ask. But I just wanted to ask that question because you come from that time. Have you done drugs before? It don't look like it took over your body.
Well, here's the thing. I was, I used to dibble-dabble with the coke back in the 80s. Just getting money. That's what we was doing. But that wasn't for me. I wasn't with the crack shit. One of the guards was trying to get me on that shit back in, 1983. And he had like 20, 30 lined up, and he kept saying, the last one. Let me try one more. And he went through the whole shit. Then after he went, he said, come on, we're going to get some more, and I'm going to let you try the first one. So I said to myself then, if that shit got you going back and forth like I don't want to try that. Because I might have an addictive personality, and I might like that shit. And next thing you know, I'll be f***ed up. Now, even though I didn't have a drug problem like that, I did have a drug problem, but the cigarettes was my drug. The cigarettes was my drug. I was smoking cigarettes a mile a minute, man. My wife's arms was bigger than mine. My daughter's arms was bigger than mine. They was all bigger than me. That shrink you to a childlike body, man. And I had to get off of it. And I've been off of it since November. Because, see, the young boys started looking at me like I was crazy. Like, we could take you. And I had to tell them, like, the five of them across the street, I'm pulling up on my bike. They standing there watching me like, yeah, what's up? What's up? You know, I'm real confrontational, so I cross the street to them. And I'm like, standing for the main one that's looking at me. Instead of knocking his head off, I extend my hand to give him a handshake. And he do just like what I imagined. Who the f*** this man? That was what I needed. I'm Mr. 52, man. Thank you, man, because I don't really want to go through all of this. But I'm Mr. 52 blocks. If you want to Google me, and I walked away slow. So one of them like, what? Google me? Why? I turned around, I said, now you heard what I said, right? You want to Google me? And I walked across the street to the store. I went and copped 2 cans of Jack Mac for my cats and 3 cans of tuna fish for my cats. Papi, dame 3 bolsas para tuna fish, 3 bolsas para Jack Mackerel, separate. So I tied them 3 bags up on each, came outside, looked across the street. Them dudes was looking at butterflies. Like, they ain't even want no smoke after that. But after that, I said, wait a minute, man. I feel funny, man, because I'm Mr. 52 blocks, B. And what the hell I look like telling you I'm a grandmaster and I got a cigarette in my mouth and I'm only like 177 pounds? Nah. I had to get off of that time.
Get your weight up.
Yeah.
Back up.
Yeah, I had to get off of that time because I wasn't right, man. I'm killing myself. I could have had probably respiratory problems myself. And look, right on time, because look what happened. See, I knew the New Year's wasn't January. I knew the New Year's was when the spring came in, the equinox. Spring, New Year, March 20th. The New Year is not January. That's Janus. That's for a pagan god. So while people was putting their energy into that, when they came up with the it was fucked up. I ain't have my energy into that. I've been stacking my energy. You understand what I'm saying? And it ain't been going to the wrong places, man. So when it's and the rest of the stuff popped up, I was already ready for it. And I already know what it is. You go to the hospital, you die. You tamper with them people, you die. How is it that our young people, they need to be vaccinated before they can get educated? What the? You know what they got in the vaccines? It's not right, man. Nah.
How do you feel about what's going on in the world today?
Well, how do I feel? I feel it's our turn. Let's get it. I feel it's our turn. We went through a 400-year curse, man. We went through a 400-year curse. Oh, yeah, we went through it's our turn. We went through a 400-year curse, and we survived. Do you know what that means?
Well, I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it real. I still want to see the rest of the death dance. I do. You started and you stopped. That's not even fair. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to look to that, but I want to see that. But tell us, we went through 400. I know we went through 400 years, but it's our time now.
Yeah, the curse is over. Meaning there's no more contracts on your life. You don't own nobody's shit. You don't own time. Because, see, even though I did time in prison, even us out here was still doing time out here. It still was like a prison out here. You understand? Whether you go to work and clock in from 9 to 5 on that slave time while your boss is golfing somewhere overseas and vacationing and you slaving. You understand what I'm saying? And you got to pay. You living check to check. You understand what I'm saying? If you stop working, you lose your crib. You got children. Y'all all messed up and you're going to be homeless or whatever the case may be. Nah, that's not what it is, man.
Let me ask your man a question. Do you think that there's anything that he didn't touch on that he should touch on?
Bruce too.
Bruce too.
That's my man, see?
He's a humble dude. I'ma say that what you seeing on the internet as far as 52, you seeing my pinky finger, but 52 is my whole hand. So if you go on the internet, you're gonna see that pinky finger, and the thing is, people seeing that pinky finger and thinking that pinky finger is 52, and they're getting hurt, and that's not the case. There's more to it, you know. And what Bruce too, And what I just said, and all the hypeness and all that, I've sparred with him before. It's real. It's real. No exaggeration. That telekinesis, I felt the energy like you think the blow missed you, but you still feeling something. It's real. I wanted to learn because I have 2 sons. And I wanted to pass it on to them. That's my 52 father. Every Father's Day, I call them.
Wow.
That's an actual fact.
I worked in jails before. I worked in psych hospitals before. I thought I knew how to fight before I met him. And then I was like, damn, Chris, you ain't know shit. I work in the jail now. I've been in the yard, been 500 dudes around me. I ain't gonna hurt, but I ain't gonna get hurt.
Comfortable.
Yes. Yes. Psych
Wow.
hospital too. Somebody got the drop on me. That's why I had the surgery. But even because I was going through something, so mentally I was off. I was going through a depression. Normally that wouldn't happen. When the dude was coming at me, I was looking at him. I was looking at his fist because that's what he taught me.
Looking at his fist?
Yeah, because I was gonna. But he told me to look at his eyes. But
No, you look
I
at
was
his
gonna
ass.
catch the fist. I could have did 5 different things. I was like, this motherfucker coming at me. Got me. Tore my joint up, but yo, it's a beautiful thing. That's why I said I gotta get this brother up here. Word.
To be aware is to be alive, though.
he got about like 4 or 5 cool. I just,
Oh, y'all sparing me. Y'all really appreciate it, though.
Nah, we ain't
He cool. That's like official. You got it.
yeah, he cool, and you got about 4 or 5 extra that was just kind of just noted. You know what I'm saying?
My thing is also that where do you see the 52 block? Do you consider it an art?
It is hard.
Okay. Where do you see the 52 block going from here?
Where it came from. Pyramids to the projects. I know 52, right? For example, you laughing,
No,
but I have over 1,000 people out there that I've taught.
Nah, I laugh because
Maybe double than that. You understand what I'm saying? And like I said, all my students are not good. I have good students that did great in life. And then I have bad students. But that's all part of the, how do you say it? What do y'all like? Controversy. You understand? So we have our own controversy within the whole 52 realm, period. Not enough controversy. I'll never hate, because how do God hate? Just like God ain't gonna fear nothing. So why am I hate something? Why I'm gonna fall victim to my lowest self and hates? For what? I'm sitting on a priceless art, my brother. You know what that means? That means you can have hundreds of billions of dollars and you still can't afford it.
So what if somebody watches this show and want to challenge you? What do I tell them?
Challenge? If they want to challenge, tell them to come out. I have students that just like to put hands and feet all over people's faces and bodies.
So that's the message you
Yeah, basically. And basically they have to really go through channels. But I'm 53 years old right now. I wouldn't be trying to challenge me too tough because, it could be real you know what I mean? Like on the island, like when the ride squad used to try to jump on me, B. And I was blocking they taking their sticks and all that. They was like, nah, get this young man some KK food and let him chill, B. Because we can't just go upside his head like that. He ain't going for it. The same way with the police up north. When you go to the box, they initiate you. 4 or 5 of them come on your cell, pound you out. I was blocking, throwing them big dudes all up against the wall. They left my cell and left me in charge of being a part, and I was out of my cell instead of being in that cell 23 hours a day locked in. You understand what I'm saying? So what's the difference, man? Like I said, people stand up there, one-on-one fights and this, that, and that. All right, cool. But when multiple people is trying to get at you and they can't, come on, man. It's real, man. But you can get at them. That's when it's magic. You should see my daughter. One of my daughters is nice. They nice.
2-finger knockout.
2-finger knockout.
Yeah, that's another thing. If you're a master on there, you ain't supposed to have no knockout videos on the internet using 52. You ain't supposed to be getting knocked out. But yeah, the 2-finger knockout. Basically, you have a pressure point right on your chin. Just like you have a pressure point, various different other places. But let's talk about the chin and the jawline. All it takes is 6 ounces of pressure to tap that. And you going to sleep. You snoring. Because it's cutting the switch out. You understand?
I see what you had.
Cutting the
Okay.
switch out.
I was looking at the dancer, but you had a knife in your hand.
That's the dance of death.
Oh.
Now, guess what? Here's the clincher. Here's the clincher. Here's the clincher. Here's the clincher. I didn't have to show none of them that knife. I could have just started Swiss cheesing them up.
Yeah, that's facts. That's a fact. You were willing to take it there? Oh,
What?
that's why you're backing up.
Yeah, I was willing to take it there, man. They showed up 30. I came by myself, and big man stole on me. Call your man Sub-Zero here, co-sign that shit right now. We never even got to the root of that matter. It's real, man.
You end up squashing it at all, you and these gentlemen?
Squash it. Gentlemen, hold up. We got to use language right now. Ain't nothing gentle about a man, yo. That's why niggas is wearing skinny jeans now. Like,
you
on
and
some
these-
real. But we men, you know, like gentlemen, that come from the office of gentlemen, the he cipher, monkey ciphers, the mother did, and the rest of that.
You and these fellas, have y'all squashed it at all?
Well, they had no choice but to squash it.
Oh,
I had no choice but to squash it, because what else is it? Like I said, I could have killed big man. But what the hell I look like being Mr. 52 Blocks doing forever and a day in prison for killing one of my own? That don't sound right, man. Killing one of my own people? Nah, man. You know, it was a learning experience. Everybody learned that day. I learned, they learned. It's all good. You know, but I had to make a statement for my student and the world, because I was outnumbered. You know what I'm saying?
You was.
Yeah.
So,
and that was the statement. Like 52, you could be on your own and you don't have to worry about it. Because, you know, your intellect, your physical dynamics of your blocks and your counterattacks, come on, man. Yeah.
oh, yeah, you talking crazy. Yeah, why? You show up. He tried to swing at you. That's why, okay.
Yeah.
They don't show that part.
Nah, you seen the part when I knocked homeboy hat off, giant nut hat off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had razors in his mouth that day.
You caught him with a knee. Okay. Yeah. Well, do you have any last words to tell the people before we go?
Learn 52 blocks, because these other people are f***ing our people up, and all we doing is standing there, letting it happen. Our sisters is getting beat up at the nail salons and all of that. Nah, you go in there and learn 52, man, you'll f*** their ass up, man. Because ain't nothing greater than a person trying to pound you out, but breaking their hands in the process, trying to pound you out. They hurting themselves trying to hurt you, and you ain't even swing yet. I ain't seen no other art on the planet that's better than that. Come on. You're a beautiful sister. Somebody try to take your head off or try to rip your face open. Because they did that one day on in the Bronx on 3rd Avenue. They was just ripping females' face open. Like, if I was there with my daughters, you crazy, you know what that would have been? Oh, I'd have been tearing their asses up. And the situation kind of happened like that because I was in Webster Projects some years ago. You know, my wife's sister's from there. And I had to knock out like 8 dudes, man. And I had all 4 of my daughters with me, you know what I mean? And my wife. And then after I did it, you know, my wife was, you know, because my wife put in the work. My daughters put in work too. Everybody put in work. Then after I put in the work, because I'm not slow. See, after I whip you out and it's a gang of y'all B, I'm going to take my girls and we out of here. I told my girls, yo, get in the car. They went in the car. Wifey was like, what? F that? I said, yo, with a smile on my face, baby, don't make me knock you out and throw you over my shoulder. Because what the I'm going to wait for these to come back with guns, really, and kill us? How would that make me look being Mr. 52 and I have my daughters and my wife caught up in some shit getting shot up by gang?
Facts.
Even though we didn't start it. Even though they started with my wife. It don't matter. What do I look like doing that? Now, her cousins and them stayed, and they wound up getting pistol whipped, guns drawn on them, and they said, we suckers because we left. I'm not from there. I don't live there. We did what after you it up, you got to pack up and go. What are you sticking around for?
Yeah.
Come shoot everybody in the head? That's stupid. My children ain't on that type of time. Now, I could be on that type of time, but not them. Because the same year I learned 52 blocks, the same year I got knowledge of self, was the same year I learned how to shoot guns. So yeah, it's not about who better or bigger, it's who gets to that trigger quicker when it comes to that gun. But then it even gets deeper than that, because see, when you guard and they just trying to murder you in cold blood, suddenly them hammers won't work on you. You understand? I've been there and done it, man. Police are trying to kill me with revolvers and go off right to my head. So when you protected, man. You know, and this is what 52 blocks gives you. It gives you that mental, physical, and spiritual protection for you and your family.
Like Luke Cage, man, out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
let me tell you what it is. Not Luke Cage, even deeper than that. The Equalizer. I felt when they made the Equalizer, they made it behind me because that's the same way I be calculating in my head.
Equalizer, that's dope.
Same shit. And I use anything as a weapon. Like, you know, the first weapons is your hand and feet. You have your mind, you have your spirit. But after everything else is external weapon. This is a weapon. Everything is a weapon. Everything. It's just knowing how to use it, and being very creative, Well, I'm an Aries, and Aries is what? God of war. So, this martial art, 52 blocks, it fits right in line with me, man. That's why my children be like, yo, Dad be on some shit. Yo, he's already militant. Oh, they know they come to my house. I ain't on that shit. Man, listen, wash your plate. Nah, we ain't on that time, B. Nah, I don't care. And I don't care how old are you. Don't talk back. Because you're going to make me want to put hands on you. And it's only going to make you better. Because, see, I'd rather put hands on you than the police to put hands on you. Because, see, when they do it, they're going to kill your ass. When I do it, I'm going to do it out of love so you won't go into situations like that. You understand what I'm saying? That's what we got to get to back as a people, man. We have a whole martial arts system that everybody need to be aware that we have. We taught Asians martial arts, but everybody have the misconceptions that Asians taught us. No. Why you think when you look at the martial art flicks, especially the old ones, before the practitioner could learn, what he had to do? He had to mop, sweep, clean, cook, all type of stuff before he even learned one technique. Because he had to learn civilization first. He had to know how to live first. He had to learn how to wash himself and keep his surroundings clean first. Because refinement is a big part of it. In the Supreme Mathematics, number 5 we call power or refinement. Meaning it takes strength to keep yourself clean. Just do the knowledge. That's strength, right? That's strength. But if you want to be dirty, all you got to do is be lax. Just sit there. Just sit there. Soon maggots and flies will be laying maggots on you. Be all right. You be good. And then once it affect your physical, that's when it f up your mental. Because you start going through different changes of non-refinement. Now your mind is not clean. And your mind is done, your body's done. You almost getting your wish. You see what I'm saying? That's why a lot of homeless people right now, people that's sleeping outside, and they dirty like that, it go from physical to mental. You can try to help them and everything, but if they mental don't get right, they're going to revert back to the same things. We got to protect our temples, man. That's what we got to do.
That's deep.
Thank you.
My pleasure, brother.
That was deep. He almost lifts you up and then you lock your legs.
Yeah, because he thought he was going to just slam me, but here's the thing. I can let you be stronger than me. That's the whole deception. But I got your vulnerability, your neck. I don't care how big you are. If I got your larynx, with just minimal pressure, I don't care if you lifting up cars. I bet you won't lift me up. I bet you put me down gingerly like Homeboy did. Because that's the real, because I have his life in my hands. How could you breathe? If I'm on your shit, how can you breathe? I had to be careful because 4 seconds, brain damage. 6 seconds, death. But even 4 seconds, brain damage, I got to be careful. You see, I hit him upside his head, but I didn't even want to hit him that hard because I didn't want to put that type of energy into it because he could have died after he got choked out. Because, see, when you have oxygen depleted in your brain, now you can hit your head upside the wall or get hit upside the head and die. This is how a lot of our people call accidental homicides. Like I said, science 101, man.
Can you show us some of the moves or no?
Right, yeah, which one, no?
Just show us, man. I want to see before we leave, man.
Oh, man.
That camera right there.
Which one?
Big one.
This one?
Yeah.
Which one want to see?
Anything. Okay.
Hiya. Hi.
Why you always show us a lot? Come on, 52. 52, show me a little more, man.
He need a little offense, man. Go give us some offense.
Hell no.
Give us some offense, man. Yeah, give us some offense. Give us some offense. Let's go, baby.
All right.
Give us some offense, man.
Slow down.
Give him the offense, Flip. Oh, jeez.
You know what I'm saying?
That's really, you got that really down pat.
Really down pat. Like throw the jab. Like throw the straight jab. Now I throw the block up, right? What's going to happen, you're going to break your hand on the block. Throw it again.
Oh, I see.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because your hand going to make contact with that.
Yes.
That's a block. And if you try to be sneaky and hit me with my nuts after I block right here, I'm gonna block that shit.
Hold on, hold on.
I'm
Let's
knocking out
slow
the
down,
same
slow down, man.
Sorry, I got the energy.
Oh,
Say, G, trust me.
damn.
Oh, he doing it.
Oh,
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 all right, man, damn. All right, slow down, man. All right, man.
Nah, I'm a master, man.
Get him back.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, big guy, get to it, G. Nah.
I trust you.
That's you really got it down pat.
Yeah.
So if somebody try to sneak you. So how would somebody be able to catch you? You have to have your back
You
turned.
can't catch me.
Mm.
Even if my back turned.
Oh,
Look,
look.
my back turned. Listen, hold up.
Oh,
I don't see you there. My
Chill.
back turned. My dude, I pay attention to detail. So you don't think I'm gonna feel it's a shift of energy when I feel a presence behind me without even looking? I'm too in tune with myself. Yes, I feel you, bro. So you ain't gonna be able to do nothing. And I'm gonna use my blackness as my advantage.
So, but you did say the guy, Big K, snuck you when you.
Yeah.
So he snuck you, but it grazed.
Yeah, it grazed. It grazed.
But cause you wasn't paying it. Were you paying attention or like what?
I do. Indian mean black, okay?
Yeah.
Cuban, West Indian, Cherokee, and all that shit is black.
Okay.
All that shit is black. Black means black. It's all black.
Okay.
Here's the thing. When you on the ground and there's mad people out, when you low to the ground, you can see everything. But when you standing up, all you see is a sea of faces and crowds. So I do like the Indians to detect the smoke. You go to the ground, listen for the war drums and everything. But when I went to the ground, homeboy ran out of the crowd, and nigga was like, no, what you doing? And he ran up on me, and he snuffed me. But the snuff wasn't flush. It was a graze. Because I like weed. I was there like this. I said, oh, shit. And I bounced up, and that's when you see me backing up on the Sub-Zero video.
So,
Yeah.
but
You had them for once.
But I mean, so what I think what Flip is saying is like, you know, you said you always, you know, they can't sneak you, but at that time, if he hadn't missed, or if he was a few centimeters over, he might have
Here's the thing.
got the
Don't
flush.
matter. That's the prime example. I didn't see him till the last second. If I wasn't protected, how come he only grazed me? How come he ain't flushed me? And that'd have been that we wouldn't even be sitting here right now. Right?
Yeah, they would have had a moment. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah,
That's
he
what
would have
you're
had a
saying.
moment because that was his whole thing. He wanted to soften me up to finish me off, but he couldn't do that. So after he grazed me, I popped up and I started smiling like, yo. And then I noticed he had on looked like a dress. So, you know, I just got flashbacks. I'm like, mother dear, out here in the world. Man,
You have-
hell no. That just went crazy.
You didn't have beef with him over there though. You said.
No, that's not the purpose, man. You put on a dress and come into me. That's like you wearing skinny jeans or dress. You can't come to me
That's what
in
you're
my
saying.
face.
See what you're saying? You don't respect
That's
it.
disrespectful.
Got it. Sit
That's
down, Mr.
foul.
Sister. Slow
Yeah,
down,
that's
Mr.
foul.
Man, come
Come on,
stand
how
up
you
and shit.
I'm
Yeah,
walking up with you in a dress. That's for the women. That's not for us.
Why you hyping this man, G?
And don't call it a tunic.
He fired.
Yeah.
He's fired,
Don't
bro.
call it a tunic. Don't call it none of that Scottish skirts and all that shit. A dress is a dress, a skirt. Let the women be the women and we be the men. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm watching you train. Is this? How long you been training with him, Chris?
2007 or 2008.
Yeah, I think I see you in the video in 2014. Is this you in the video?
Where it say got me sparring somebody?
Yeah, like it's like this right here. Like, is this you?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh,
Yeah.
What was that, multiple opponents?
That's when we was in the living room.
Oh,
That's before I had an understanding of. That's like I'm a baby in that, and I'm still learning. Like,
But, you know, I was training them, but I was still holding them back.
Yeah.
So I could teach them the lesson.
it's
And,
50. You too cocky for me.
and
man.
if you see, it's glass all around there.
I do.
Well, guess what? Cockiness is always confused or misconstrued with confidence. You see what I'm saying? Like I was telling you about mathematics. Mathematics is perfect, so who's to say you're not perfect? See, the reason why 52 blocks is perfect because all the principles is dealing with mathematics. It takes a certain amount of time for you to launch your attack. And when I throw my block and my counter, that's when it's a wrap. But the math ain't gonna lie. As long as I use perfect timing, I'm gonna always win. You can try to get yours off first. It don't matter. You're gonna lose. Because as soon as you throw any type of blow, you exposing yourself. And see, I emphasize on my blocks. I don't really emphasize on my offense. I don't, because that's a whole different can of worms. And those just don't want to really see like that.
you got a
It's
lot
different.
of people that teach it, but they don't know the math or they don't embrace the math. They coming at it from a whole different angle.
Yeah. You can't come from a Christian or any type of religious point of view like that, because that's not what it is. Our is in the planet, the pyramids. This is where ours is at. This is where our lineage is at. That's what we supposed to be studying. We ain't be supposed to be studying all of this nonsense. You know what I mean? We supposed to be studying this, man. I could go on and on, but I don't want to get too political and all that on this. You know? It's crazy, man.
Mr. 52. All right, man. Well, any last words, G?
Nah, that's it for me, man. This is dope. I want to take a class or two, man. We got.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we got to.
I think.
Let's get it in, man, because you know what I always say? 1,000 brothers like me. Right now, we're gonna flip the script. Flip the script.
Facts.
We done flip the script.
Snaps.
They don't do me. They don't treat me like the average black people they be treating, man. They respect me, man. I don't play none of that. White, black, brown, yellow. I don't give a shit. You gonna respect me? I'm gonna respect you. I'm not disrespectful, but you gonna respect me. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, level of respect goes a long way. Like, let's say if I hold a door for you and you don't say thank you. I done grew to such a degree that no longer bothers me. That bothered me 10 years ago, but it ain't gonna bother me now. Because, see, this is the spiritual currency where it's coming from. I do good deeds. So whether you say thank you or not, that's on you. I'm not doing that for you to say thank you. You know, if you say thank you, you'll be reserving your own spiritual currency. You see what I'm saying? But I ain't even gonna take it as, I ain't gonna take it as nothing. I ain't even gonna take it as a sign like you think you could beat my ass just because I held the door for you and you said nothing. Nah, it's about evolving, man. It's about, growing up and getting, mentally more inclined, mentally more deep, man. Like, because we have too many other problems, but if we all just come back to respecting one another, I think we good. And we have to respect our sisters, man. Because they goddesses, man. You got to open their mind up because they going to save your life. They going to help you.
Look Michelle one time. Like,
they're going to help you. They're going to help you because you go outside of your race. I mean, I ain't got nothing against white people, other people, none of that, but y'all black. You can't go outside of your race, man, because you're going to feel uncomfortable, even if you have children and all of that. Why would you deny your mother giving birth to you? Then why would you deny your children your children being birthed by your natural woman, your natural mother, the black woman? If you was white, I'd be promoting white. Like, you know what I mean? But we black, so I'm promoting black, man. Come on. The problem with us, we get a couple of dollars and want to start messing with, I got a white chick, I got the Spanish, and that's why you're fucked up. Because you're not coming back home. Excuse my language. You got to come back home to the real. You got to come back to the divine, feminine black woman, a.k.a. the goddess. And that's it.
Sign out.
Give everybody your social media and, anything you got coming up you want to speak about. It's the time for that.
Well, I got the online classes ready, I got all my videos ready for sale, I'm about to drop the book. I was waiting on this year. I'm waiting till all this mess, flow over because it's no real rush as long as I get it out there. You know what I mean? Because I realized that, and I was telling my students for years, like, Hollywood is obsolete. I don't care about Hollywood. They was trying to get me into that shit. One of my students was doing a movie, and the Dance of Death supposed to die in the movie. And I'm like, what the f*** is he? You understand the Dance of Death dying? Like, not in real life, but, they still on that fantasy stuff, and I'm not on that fantasy stuff, and I'm not with that movie industry because I'm not with selling my soul for all of that, But for us to do our own, I'm with that. For me to make my own movies, I know how to edit. I know how to do all of that stuff, man. It's not just knowing how to fight, But it's just being multi-genius and multi-talented. That's who we are by nature. We're not just one-dimensional. Like, I don't only know how to just fight.
So what's your YouTube?
My YouTube is, what is it? I'm Mr. 52. I am MR52.
Got you. And what is your Instagram? You have an Instagram?
Yeah, I got to open it up. I ain't have it up in a couple of months.
Okay.
But it's still up. Mr. 52 Blocks Martial Arts.
Okay. And if people want to learn lessons, all they got to do is do what?
Contact me on YouTube or contact me on Facebook. But in fact, I was about to put my pictures up today because I have promotional pictures because I'm just getting ready to start the online training.
All right, G.
That's dope, man. You know, round of applause one time, man. That's good.
I enjoyed this interview. I enjoyed it.
Dope stories, man. You know, dope. Nah.
I wasn't expecting to enjoy it the way I would.
Nah.
Once he got on the couch, I knew I was like, yo.
You did a good job. You did a good job.
This
So
is
salute
dope.
to you, brother.
This is dope. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. Yeah, man.
That's one thing that people with the 52, a lot of cats, they don't have the code and they don't give thanks and gratitude to their teachers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, because you got cats that want to get a lesson from this man, they want to get a lesson from somebody else. You know, it's a code. You know what I mean? You got to be righteous.
Yeah.
You know, like, I earned the right to learn from him because he saw that I was a good person in my character. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of cats ain't doing it, and that's part of the culture too. You gotta come correct in order just to learn it.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, you could come with money all day. I won't accept it. My spirit don't feel right. I ain't gonna teach you nothing. It's not about the money. I don't care how much money you got. You know, I had a white person. People would say, "Oh, you only teach blacks." No, I have a white student too. He came from California, and the first time he came with $400. Yo, I feel like I'm shortchanging you, Mr. 52. Here. You see what I'm saying? I respected that. It wasn't the money, it was the gesture. It was the fact that he respected my art enough to know his worth. And even then, he know he's still short, $400. That ain't really nothing. Because this is a priceless art. What would you rather pay? $200 on a pair of Jordans that ain't gonna protect you because you probably can't even rent in them. Because the way they making Jordans now, like they ain't like back in the 80s. You understand? Or would you rather pay to get some real self-defense, real mercenary training? Because it transcends just the physical actual fight. It goes into mercenary stuff. It do.
Okay, G.
Yo, we signing out, man. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Shout out to Michelle one time. Shout out to
Mighty two time.
Back to basketball. Shout out
to Mickey Mouse right here.
Shout out my son Dawson in the building. Oh, yo, how you trying? What you doing, man?
Let's go. Oh no, we got.
Oh no, how you trying to kill?
Yo,
it's my son. Yeah.
Oh,
How you trying to come at Mr. 52? What's going on? Oh, the wire got him. Look. Oh, look. No good. Look. Oh.
You got some
Oh. All right, Dawson. All right, Dawson. All right, Dawson. Dawson, all right, come here. Chill out.
Don't say about the people, Dawson.
With 52, like it's best to play with the children because see, they're gonna hit you unexpectedly. You ain't gonna know.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna teach you how to be on point. Like if I let up on him, he gonna jab me right in the face.
Dawson, come here, Dawson. Come on.
Dawson. Oh, he got you. You lost, man. It's the first person to beat Mr. 52. Dawson, come here. Dawson, come here. As we close out, man, make sure y'all follow the pages.
I was a little bigger than him when I started, man.
Make sure y'all follow the pages, man. At Queenzflip with a Z, at DJ G Money 156, at Flip the Script Pod. What's your Instagram?
Dawson's World.
At Dawson's World on Instagram. Make sure you follow my man's in the building. This first time, you know, last time he was here was DC Young Fly at the old studio.
He was very small.
Yeah.
Yeah, this time he not coming in and wilding like
Yeah,
he was before. Proud of him.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Dawson.
Dawson, man, good seeing you, man. Good job. You all right, Dawson?
Mm-hmm.
You want to say something to the people that's tuned in? They're watching on YouTube right now. Are you shy now? What's up?
You're cool, man.
Oh! Yo!
Thank you. He talking to me. Thank you.
Nope.
Yo, it's cool.
That wasn't even planned. That wasn't planned. I promise.
That's not. It never playing with him.
Yo,
it's Queenzflip, man. Listen, man. Make sure you subscribe to our channels, man. Follow Mr. 52 on his YouTube. I am Mr. 52. I want to thank you for coming up here. Shout out to everybody: Basco, Dawson, G Money, JR, Mr. Smooth,
yeah,
Ebok, Mighty Two Time. Whoop whoop. You know what I'm saying? Remember, lock your doors, close your windows, close your blinds, open your blinds. And if you see a guy like Mr. 52 on your lawn,
no, you won't see me on your lawn.
Hold on.
You know, I'm in my own house.
I would say don't be afraid to use a firearm, but he may take that from you. So let him in because he don't mean no harm. I'm from Queens.